It's the Pantheon. Chillmonger here, joined with Taurean Rain Reloaded.
Mm-hmm.
You reloaded, Taurean?
Crazy.
Are you loaded like Evangeline Lilly was with Ant-Man and the Wasp? Because we're talking that. The House of Dragon trailer, we're talking that. Blue Marvel has a rumored casting. Surprise, mother is being casted. Daredevil viewership needs to be chatted about over here. There's more rumblings about Super Smash Brothers movies. The Michael Jackson movie called Michael might be getting that sequel, might be greenlit. And I did get to see it. Loved it. Taurean, you saw, how many times did you see it is what I should ask.
I saw it twice.
I
saw it on Wednesday when they did the early access. I guess you could say that was more like a fan event, and man, oh my God, it was like a party up in there. When the credits was rolling at the end, the people stayed, people started singing along, people was dancing, people dressed up. I had on my well, you saw it. I had on the Michael Jackson baseball jersey. I had the fedora, the glove. I had a good time on Wednesday. It's crazy to believe that time flies so fast that it's been over a week since I went to go see it, and then I saw it again on last Saturday, and I saw it with a different audience, and it was packed there. Every showing was like almost sold out, like literally, like they had endless showings, and it was very really packed for every last one of them. And I'm glad to see that the movie is doing well. And like Chill said, that it's not even a possibility. They already confirmed it. Like they already confirmed it on multiple sources that they greenlit a sequel. Like Lionsgate has already given the green light to go ahead and do it. They just said they just got to make sure that Antoine Fuqua's schedule is clear so they can go forward with it.
What's on his schedule that needs to be cleared out? You know, like you can figure it out. You can make this movie. And in a way, though, because they already filmed some footage from what was supposed to be in the first movie, so we'll see lots of footage from the first act, let's say, and then you'll get to see Michael get older with the movie because Jafar Jackson will have aged between filming that and filming this. So, like, you know, time really isn't the enemy, right? Like the music is timeless. The guys,
like they show pictures of what was going to be in that third act that they had to scrap. I mean, I don't know if they're going to still keep some of it in, but like I said, whoever is over the makeup for this movie deserves all the awards, because oh my goodness, because you watched it, Chill, there were certain angles where I thought that was actually Michael on screen. I couldn't differentiate between him and Jafar for a moment. Like literally, I'm like, for moments, especially during the Thriller era when he was in the studio, I'm sitting there looking like, damn, this looks just like Michael Jackson. And it's crazy how when you look at that and how he was able to embody him, from the voice to the movements to the mannerisms. Like he literally didn't just imitate his uncle, he became him. Like that's so eerie how and this, mind y'all, this is his first movie ever. This is the first time he's ever acted in anything. And imagine this is your resume. Like your first acting credit is playing your uncle, who was, in my opinion, the king of music. Like, talk about bragging from the start. And your next role most likely will be playing him again in the second part of this movie.
Yeah. The other one who looked just like him, who am I gonna say?
Do not say it. Don't go. No, you better not say it. Oh, I thought you know what I thought you was going to say. I thought you was going to say something else. Okay.
No, Coleman looked like Joe Jackson. Like that was a good, fine job there. Well, are we doing the Michael review right now, or are we want to wait for the other guys? We can review movies and then. No, actually, no. We're going to save it. We're going to sit on it. We're going to sit on the review.
That's why I said let's wait until the others come up.
But
I know they have some stuff.
Yeah, because the international box office did way better than I thought it was going to do. I had the lowest expectations.
Chill, you are probably one of the only people on planet Earth that thought that. Let's be honest with ourselves here. You are the only one who thought that the international box office was going to be low.
I did. Well, it was still lower than what Bohemian Rhapsody did and some of the other international hits compared to. Like China didn't still show up for this, but I gave a low prediction of what I thought would have happened. But look,
but also the thing is,
movie is succeeding, and Chillmonger is gleeful about this. This is great news. Like I'm happy.
Well, also too, it hasn't opened up in every market yet either. I think it's still some international markets that haven't opened up yet. So they still got to wait for that. I don't think it's open in Japan yet. And Michael had a huge fan base in Japan. Like, shit, if you want to know what Michael Jackson's impact was, all you got to do is go look at Michael Jackson's footage when he went and visited various places around the world and saw how the people were chasing behind the barricades. People was hanging. I literally saw a clip of someone hanging off of his limo as it was driving, like literally getting dragged while his limo was driving. Like, this is people would travel from other places, probably damn near empty out their bank accounts just to get a glimpse of this man. That's how much of an impact that he had, because he became more than just an entertainer. He became almost became, for some people, almost godlike. Like, he became a whole entity within himself. He almost wasn't human.
Okay. How about this?
Mm-hmm.
How about this?
Yes.
Your girl, the Wasp, Evangeline Lilly, did something that she's not afraid to do. I don't think she's like, this has always been a woman who's very content with her acting career. She even retired after Lost, and they called her back to play this Wasp thing, and she said, fine, I'll give it a go. During lockdowns and vaccination, I shouldn't call it a vaccine, it's not a vaccine. But during that period, she was more so not doing the company line and not doing what mass media was trying to do. And she was outspoken then, she's outspoken now. Evangeline Lilly, Hope Van Dyne, has something to say about these major firings in Marvel.
It's a bloodbath at Disney, and Marvel Studios just took the worst of it. Yesterday, the company laid off approximately 1,000 employees company-wide, and nearly the entire visual development team at Marvel was let go.
Before I spread this post, when I saw it on social media, I needed to fact check it. So I reached out to my good friend, Andy Park, who was the genius behind creating the original Wasp supersuit and the original Wasp concept drawings for the film Ant-Man and the Wasp, and just said, is this true? Is this really what's happening? And he said, yeah, it's true. I have been let go. And
really, Lawrence?
I can't quite believe that Disney have let go of the artists who brought the current Marvel universe to life through their imagination and their genius. That the people who invented these characters in the first place, who designed them in the first place, are now being replaced by AI.
Can we, like, obviously, you know, me being me, you being you, us knowing better, these are comic book characters. We don't stand by what Evangeline Lilly said, but she means it in the context of movie making, that they invented the characters. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Keep on going, Evangeline.
AI that will take their designs and take what those artists created and use it to create iterations of that. I am so sorry, Andy, and I am so sorry to every single one of the artists who were let go in the 1,000 artists that Disney fired, and particularly the entire team at Marvel who have been considered obsolete now after building the Marvel empire. If you're a huge fan of Marvel, just take a moment today to think about them, to send up a prayer for them, to honor the people who created the world that you fell in love with. That was a human invention. These were human creations, and they shouldn't be stolen by tech giants so that their robots can replicate them. I think it's disgusting and horrible. And I stand with all the artists, and Andy, I'm so sorry. And I love you guys.
Did these artists sign something where they signed away the rights to their artwork? Hey, one day this could be digitally recreated by an AI machine. And I hope the answer to that question is they never signed a such thing. There's gonna be a class action lawsuit. They're gonna get their money and stuff. I hope so.
I think this was inevitable. You want to know what sort of crazy thing about it is? As time goes on, you know, we're all living in the moment and everything like that. But then as like when there's a different era that happens, there's always something that's going to change, and it could be a small change, but then it balloons into something major. Like, like look at when smartphones first came out. It was like, oh, okay, we got this device in our hand. Okay, some people probably didn't think anything of it, especially when you had to make that transition from a house phone to a cell phone. For some people, that was a hard transition, but now everybody has it. Like, you can't imagine it without having that device in your hand or in your pocket at some point in time.
15 years ago, I couldn't imagine it.
Exactly. And 15 years ago it's 2011. That's crazy when you think about it. That's really not that long ago when you put that in perspective. 15 years is not a long time when you put that in perspective. But the thing is, I remember when the first smartphone came out, with the Android and the iPhone came out around the same time back in 07. In 07, I just graduated from high school and just started my freshman year of college. I was 18. And at that time, I was still working with a flip phone. I was still texting with T9. Listen, you bring up a T9 person to someone who's in Gen Z, they'll probably look at you like you got two heads. But like, I was literally still texting with a T9. I did not get my first smartphone until 2 years later in 09. And the only reason I wanted it was so I could download the Twitter app, because I got tired of getting on my computer to have to tweet something or get on Facebook to post something. So now I have everything at my fingertips, and they kept talking about apps. I said, what is an app? They said it's short for application. I was like the one you send it, like when you're trying to apply for a job, they're like, no, it's like, it's on your, and I was like, no, no, it's something that you have on your phone so it can get to whatever you're getting to faster without having to say www.whatever.com. So, and I was like, see, the thing is, everything was starting to happen so fast. And by the time that a lot of these apps started to come along, you already was like, what, maybe 2 iPhones in. I'm like, they just came out with an iPhone 2 years ago. Now we're on like the iPhone 4. I remember when Siri first got introduced.
Yeah.
Remember when Siri was a brand new thing? Like, I feel old. And
I didn't know how much listening it was doing, though, because for you to say, hey, Siri, it must mean that the microphone is always on, just waiting to be activated. And I didn't realize how much was being, and that's when I got into like, damn, we're really being spied on around that era where I was like anti-cell phones.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That was such a revolutionary thing to have your phone talk back to you like that. Because
we just wanted to play Fruit Ninja.
Yeah, like or Temple Run. But it's just so crazy how things happen every era that goes through a transition, because it's like, I remember like even going back further than that, like to the 90s when VHSs were a thing. And I always tell this story, and that's when I started to realize the thing of technological evolution. I remember back in 2000, there was maybe not 2000, maybe 2001. It was a movie that I was looking for, and I was trying to find, and at the time I still had the VHS, but that was also the time when the DVD was starting to get popular. Like, that was the slow rollout of the DVD and the DVD player. So I was calling, I called various different video stores, Blockbuster, or any other video store that was around at that time, looking for this one particular movie. And every person I spoke with said, we got the DVD. We don't have the VHS. The VHS will probably be out at this time and everything like that. And I must have called about 10 different stores in one day, and all of them said the same thing. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, okay, is the DVD that popular now that you don't even have VHSs anymore? And then I said, okay, now we're just going to have to break down and get this DVD player. I kid you not. After I got that DVD player, after my family got it, maybe about a couple months later, I went into a video store, and the movie I was looking for was on the shelf in its VHS format. That VHS did not come out until months after the DVD version. That's how I knew the VHS was phasing out, because VCRs weren't selling anymore. They were starting to take them off the shelves. They were being replaced with DVD players, and the DVDs was replacing the VHS tapes.
PlayStation could play DVDs too.
And exactly. When that happened, that's what made it even more a booming economy for the DVD player, because that was revolutionary. Now you can not only play your games, but you can also watch movies as well. Hold on. Just like back then with the PlayStation with the memory card. Why have this extra piece of a device in here when we can build extra storage and have you save the game in the device like a computer?
Yes. Thank you, PlayStation. Because
remember the floppy disk. that got replaced with the USB drive. Now they got the hard drives that are so big, you can just save everything on your computer or get an external hard drive.
You ever seen those YouTubers, the Fine Bros?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so they were doing a reaction and kids had to react to the floppy disk. And they're like, is this the thing on a Google where you can save the document? Is that the save icon? Because it is. And I was just thinking, wow, like if I was born 10 years ago, that's probably what I would think the floppy disk is.
Yeah, it's literally the icon for the save button. But you know, that's as far as now you'll see a floppy disk is with that icon.
How many government secrets were recorded on a floppy disk? Probably a lot.
A lot. Back then, we wasn't talking about gigabytes and terabytes. He's like, just give me this floppy disk and let me put this thing into the thing. And I remember literally, it was an actual floppy disk. Like it was skinny and it literally like you could shake it like them old Polaroids and it would be floppy. But then they came out with the more smaller condensed ones and those were more hard and more durable.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know how Evangeline Lilly sparked that, but that was fun. I like reminiscing on past and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it makes you realize like where we were at one point and how we are now. And like I said, we are in the middle, or we're in the second half of the 2020s. So that means by the time 2030 rolls around, we're going to transition into something else, because every era there's something or some things that goes on in it. And then when the next era hits, it's going to be something else. It's crazy to believe we are 6 years removed from 2020, and there's some stuff that was happening then, minus the obvious, that are not happening 6 years later. Whether it's the lingo, the form of dressing, the style of music, it's like, and we're seeing it happening in real time. Like imagine our parents growing up back in the day, of all the transitions that they saw growing up between, I don't know when your parents were born, but for me, my parents were born in literally at the end of the 50s. They're thankfully still here. So they saw everything through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and the first half of the 2020s.
Well, with age comes wisdom and lots of movies to watch. And yes. I had this thought about wrestling and how, like, I will be, God willing, I will be 89 years old tuning into Monday Night Raw because there's no off season. This show doesn't end. And like, I love being my fandom of wrestling. And then I was thinking of TV shows like for Marvel and DC, right? Yeah. And I'm like, no, I will, if the shows are bad, tune out and not watch, right? Like, and that's me trying to segue into what's happening with the Daredevil show, which I am not watching, but Born Again. Okay. Season 2's viewership drew 4.5 million views and 10 million hours in its 5-week window. This marks a decline of about 46% in views and 54% in hours watched for the first 5 episodes compared to season 1. So it's doing about half as much.
Which is interesting because I didn't really care for season 1, because one issue I had was they had multiple writers on there, and it seems like they couldn't get one linear story correct. Where I feel like I actually really enjoy season 2. I don't know why the viewership might be low. You know what? I think I know why it is. It's because it's way too many shows on at one time that people are probably watching. Because you got to think, for me, the shows that I'm watching right now are Euphoria, Daredevil, Born Again. I am watching Maul. Invincible, their season just ended like last week, I think it was. I just got into Man on Fire on Netflix, which is very good, by the way.
Good.
What else am I watching? I feel like it's something else, but I can't think of it. I think it's a lot of shows happening at one time, so people are trying to scramble to say, okay, what am I going to watch? What am I not going to watch? Unlike where you might have that one show that might be out there just lingering by itself on an island by itself, where you can dedicate time to actually watching it. It actually feels like how it was, going back to the nostalgia factor of how it was back in the 90s when you had like a show on every day. But see, the ratings and everything, how stuff worked back then was different because there wasn't streaming either. All of this stuff is on streaming. So the way that they calculate ratings is different than it was back then. Back then it was like raw ratings. Nowadays it's something else.
Which is fine. That's just like, what are you gonna do?
The Boys. Thank you, Jenny. The Boys. That's what else I'm watching.
Yeah, there wasn't really much to watch in January. I think we had the His and Hers on Netflix with Tessa.
That was good. Did you watch that? Yeah, that was good. I
all right.
enjoyed that.
Hey, we're about to spoil it because I want to say something about the end, the way that ended.
Mm-hmm.
They withheld so much information from us that there was no way I was supposed to know who ended up doing the big suspect, who was actually that person. Like, I know that you can say, well, in the last 5 minutes they explained it all, but not really, man, not really. I wanted to know, like, the clues were always there, and that's who it ended up being. But we didn't have that. They held back. Like, we didn't know that your girl, the main character lead, had that trouble, that the thing that happened in the past. So we didn't know that. I'll just say it. Sorry, guys, I am spoiling now. We didn't know the mom would want to get revenge for the daughter because we didn't even know that the daughter had that incident happen yet. So I couldn't really map it out. You know what I mean? Like, so shock value, sure, they got us, but it wasn't. It was right under your nose the whole time type of mystery.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it's one of the things because it's a limited series, so they only had a certain amount of time to flesh something out, and it was only 6 episodes too. So it was a very small, condensed window, and the episodes weren't long either. Like you could binge watch this in a day. Like you can literally get through this whole. And I almost did, especially after I watched episode 2. I was ready to watch the rest of it. I said I got to take my time with so I can digest what it is that I'm watching. And that way, I can really, by the time I get to the end, I was like, oh, okay. But it was a shock factor because I was not expecting it to be the mother. But then when I found out after what happened, I said, I can see why that happened. I just like that glimpse that they gave each other at the end. That glimpse they gave each other at the end. It's like they did that telepathic communication. Like, yeah, I did it. And she was like, oh, you did? Well, you know what? I may not condone it, but I'm glad you did what you did. Because, if it was up to me, I would have did it too.
So with Daredevil performing low the way that it's performing, you'd think, oh my God, we got so much trouble. What's going on? Well, they've already greenlit Wonder Man season 2.
Mm-hmm.
We've already
now that I was not expecting, but you know what? I'm not mad at it.
What I'm not mad at was what I saw about Blue Marvel. And they're saying, according to whoever tweeted this, which is about to show up on your screen in 3, 2, 1. Eric King is in the running to play Blue Marvel in the MCU. This is coming out of Discussing Film, which is not the real thing as the Discussing Film. But I saw this and I said, there might be some truth out of this. Like, they might want to do Blue Marvel in a TV show. And even if it's not true, right? Like, even if it's false, it is made up and it's just a guy who's got this Twitter account here called Discussing Film. Even if that's just the case.
Yeah,
they would do this, wouldn't they? And would I be happy if a Blue Marvel character, regardless of whether the casting is good? Yes, surprise, motherfucker. Yes, if they put Blue Marvel in a Wonder Man show, do I go, okay, well, I wanted representation, I got it, or do I say, damn, they Disney Plused him, or do I like, it's not even his own show? Like what are my feelings? Very mixed. If they were to do this, yes, fine, fake rumor, I get it, but Taurean, would you be okay with Blue Marvel in a race swap Wonder Man show?
Oh my God, here you go. I mean, I guess it would be good as a launch pad because a lot of people don't know who Blue Marvel is. We know who he is. We know the ability of his powers, but to throw him into like a big solo project and people don't have any clue who he is could actually hurt the character rather than help it. So we would go out and support it because we know who the character is. And it's a character we've been talking about for like a while now. Like when I know, like we know the connection he has to Monica Rambeau. So I would say introducing him like on a show would actually be smart. And then they said, well, we know it's a rumor, but let's hypothetically say that it wasn't. If he was to be spun off into another project, then it's like, now we know who he is. Now we can put him somewhere else. And it'll have people go and look up the history of this character to find out who he is, where he came from, all the trials and tribulations that he had to go through because he went through some stuff. If y'all never read or looked up any information on Blue Marvel, I would highly suggest that you do. It's a very, very good story. But if that's the way that they was going to do it, hypothetically speaking, I would actually be all for it.
Even if it's in the Wonder Man show. So I can see that. And there's just something inside of me going, because it's not a movie, because it's not top tier with the budget that it deserves, it will come off as worse. So there's that inside of me. But again, like, Does this not popularize the character? Putting live action, it would,
Now,
and then he could also show up in an Avengers team up.
Now, one thing someone did that I did look up though is like them, even though this is a rumor, again hypothetically saying the actor is 63 years old. He's not a young actor. So if they was to do the whole thing with Monica Rambeau, which of course for those of y'all who know they do have a relationship with each other, it would look kind of strange that you have this man who's old enough to be her father in a relationship with this much younger woman who's like around my age, and she's like 36, because I think Tiana Perez is like 36, 37 years old.
She's timeless.
So that, I think the age thing would be the thing that would probably get people for in that regard. But like I said, this is just a rumor, so it's not something that is happening. But who knows when we'll see Blue Marvel? When's the next time we're going to see Monica?
Well, she's in the other universe where X-Men are, so we probably would expect her in Doomsday.
Yeah.
If it's those specific X-Men, which why wouldn't it be, right? It would be.
Right. And Lawrence, and now you got Yaya in Man on Fire. I'm telling y'all, if y'all have not watched Man on Fire, it's on Netflix. I think it just came out this week, if I'm not mistaken. I am on episode 5. I think it's like 8. Is it 8 episodes? No. Hold on. 1, 2, yeah, I'm on episode 5. I think it's like 8 episodes in total. So it's good. It's really, really good. Yaya is doing his thing. I think Denzel would be proud with what he's doing with the character in this show.
Lawrence was watching Jimmy Fallon interview Yahya Abdul-Mateen, and Candyman, Man on Fire, Aquaman, both Aquamans. You know, like everything he's in.
Look, I got Dr. Manhattan,
Walkman,
Dr. Manhattan, Aquaman, Black Manta. So it's a man. There's a man in there somewhere.
The Greatest Showman. Yeah, his IMDb is long with mans on it. I didn't mean it to sound like that.
That's why I was like, okay.
Eugene, I definitely thought Blue Marvel should have been in one division. Yeah, the aerospace engineer, like when they said that, and everyone with the YouTube channel said, that's Reed Richards. That's Blue Marvel. What are you talking about? Well, there's other aerospace engineers. Like, remember that? Man, that was so fun. Marcus Turra says, I'm watching this weekend. Don't say anything. Okay, no one spoil Man of Tomorrow. Marcus is watching on the weekend.
Man of Tomorrow.
Why did I say that? Sorry, man.
You all the way into next year.
Man on Fire. Yo, I asked somebody at a comic shop, does the comic Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, does that sell well? And the answer was yes. Like, that's actually something.
Yeah, they said Woman of Tomorrow is probably Supergirl's most popular and most recognizable story, which is why that's the storyline they went with for this movie, which is smart. I didn't read the comic, but I was listening to a video. It was like a 45, almost hour-long video where someone was breaking down the story. And my goodness, when I saw the part in the trailer with it, it feels good when you actually can read something or listen to something and then you can see it play out and it's like, okay, now I know where they got that from. So when that character, Criminal Yellow Hills, actually shoots that dart at Crypto and poisons him, that is in the story. That is in the comics. So when people saw that and was like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that to Crypto, I said, I can, because I remember that part in the story. So they're actually going there with that. The only part that's not in the Woman of Tomorrow comic is Lobo. This is something strictly for the movie. But everything else, for the most part, is in the comic.
Which is fine. By the way, Free Comic Book Day of 2026. DC is doing free comics on Saturday. The first Saturday of May every year is Free Comic Book Day. So if you go to the shops, whichever one, all over, you can pick up the Woman of Tomorrow first issue. Issue 1 of 6, I think, is the whole series. But you can get issue 1 at least and read that beginning to end. And if you're interested while you're at the shop, it's encouraged that you guys actually do buy something and not just look at, what did DC put out for Free Comic Day? What did IDW put out? Oh, look, a Sonic the Hedgehog Free Comic Book Day. Like, they will be there. Just make sure you guys make a little purchase to help out your local shops who are going to be taking care of you. All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And pick up Milestone, okay? Oh, tomorrow also superhero Static Shock on Tubi. So tune in.
Oh, it's on. Oh, they putting it on Tubi.
They say May 1st is going to be the launch day for Tubi.
Okay, cool. That's nice. Wasn't it on another streaming platform?
I don't think so. I think they just pulled it off of HBO Max 3 years ago.
Okay. I don't know why I thought it was on Netflix. For some reason, I thought it was on Netflix.
No, you know what? In Canada, Justice League is on Netflix, and it says leaving soon in my Netflix.
Okay. But that's good. I'm glad they put it out. Listen, Static Shock was a staple for my Saturday morning youth back, all those years ago.
Pokemon, Power Rangers, Static.
Mm-hmm. Oh, listen, that's another thing. Going back to the nostalgia thing, the kids today have no idea what it was like being a kid growing up in the 90s and early 2000s with them Saturday morning cartoons. I mean, between Kids WB and Fox Kids, it was hard to rotate because it's like, how dare y'all come on at the same time and compete with each other like this? It's like, okay, good. I said back then I was running out of tapes to dub things because I had to record something on one channel and watch something live on another. But I stayed on Kids WB. Like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Static Shock,
I did too.
Jackie Chan Adventures, Shaolin Showdown.
From beginning to the end. That maybe 1, 2 I didn't really care for, but they had such a lineup compared to Fox Kids.
They had a very good. I mean, I would give Fox Kids. They had Bobby's World. You had Power Rangers. You had Beetleborgs.
Sonic X, Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. They even had a show on there that I used to watch called Erie, Indiana. It only lasted for like a season, but I enjoyed it. It was a weird show, but for some reason I like Goosebumps.
Yeah, it was all right. Who had Mucha Lucha? Was that Kids WB?
No, yeah, that was Kids WB. Mucha Lucha was on Kids WB.
Kids WB was the one.
Oh yeah, Batman, X-Men, Spider-Man, that was all on Fox. Superman was on Fox too.
And Fox had Digimon.
I couldn't, for some reason, I could not get into Digimon. I think it's because I was such a Pokemon head that I was not trying to pivot. I felt like I would have been betraying the Pokemon thing if I went over to Digimon. Huh?
Could you do Yu-Gi-Oh?
I did. Oh, I was a Yu-Gi-Oh head. I watched shows. I had the cards. I even went to some of the local tournaments. Like, I was Yu-Gi-Oh down back in the day. You couldn't tell me nothing. Saw every episode, even the spinoffs. The movie too. I was locked in with Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day.
My bad, Blue. We don't really know about Saturday morning cartoons. So what? X-Men, Transformers, He-Man, G.I. Joe. Is that more your era? Your cup of tea?
Well, Blue came up in the early Saturday morning cartoons, so he has to go back more like to the 80s. So he caught that way, then the 90s and the early 2000s. Me, of course, for me, it was the 90s and early 2000s.
Did Master P have a cartoon?
Why do I feel like he did? Romeo had a show. I know he did, but it was on Nick. It was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I saw that. He said, "Oh, send the link, bro." We're crowded today, Blue. I don't want to say no to you on stream, but
there it is. He said 80s. That's what I thought. So yeah, Blue came up with in the 80s round. So he had that 80s round right there, which was the one upper advantage over us. But that's fine though. Shout out to the 80s.
Blue is about to enter from wherever in the world he is. Digimon Digital Monsters. It's okay. We got some fans. Some guys could cross the picket.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say that. Like, even though I didn't like Digimon, I'm not gonna discount that Digimon didn't have a base. But everyone knows Pokemon literally set a bar so high. Digimon just kind of got lost in the dust. I mean, like Digimon came for a little bit and then it was gone, but Pokemon was still there.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Pre-order the Batman and the Static Beyond trade paperback. Where did that go from? I mean, I don't disagree with that though. Yeah. Batman Static Beyond. The pre-orders are able to be pre-ordered. Let me see this. If you guys like supporting comic books like this, it releases in August. The final order is May 25. So let your shops know before May 25 that you want this in your pull list and they will order. If you don't, they might just get one and put it on the shelf. Or if you have a small comic book shop, they won't order it at all. So before May 25, pick up this trade paperback collecting 6 issues of a crossover from an Elseworld story of Batman and Static Beyond. And he's much older in this. It's really cool. And it will release in August 4. Pick it up. Pre-order May 25 one more time. Okay, Onyx, you got your plug. I hope you're happy, Onyx. I caught a shiny Onyx in my Pokemon Leaf Green playthrough. I was very happy. Thank you for that. You said, I wish James Gunn let them make the Batman Beyond animated movie.
Oh man, I saw someone do a fan film for Batman Beyond, and it looked so good. The only thing I hated was that it was only 15 minutes, but it was so good. As a matter of fact, the person who played Terry McGinnis was the actor who played Beast Boy in Titans.
Was it?
Yeah. I don't know. It might still be on YouTube because that's where I saw that, and it was so good. That 15 minutes alone looked better than half the shit that DC got going on right now, unfortunately. And it was a fan-made film, and you can tell they took their time to really put something together that was only 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes.
Yeah. Blue says, yeah, that's how he got the Titans role. Blue, check your DM in Twitter. Twitter is where I sent it instead of Instagram today. WZ says, scrap Matt Reeves' Batman and give me Batman Beyond. I'll take both because
people are craving Batman Beyond just like people are craving Miles Morales. So, Batman Beyond, another Saturday morning show on Kids WB. That was another one. Batman Beyond. I love when he used the utility belt to turn invisible. That was my favorite feature from him. When he turned invisible, I was like, Batman done turned invisible? That is crazy.
Batman was such a staple, bro.
It was.
Such a great Saturday morning cartoon.
And every iteration of Batman's animated series was always good. I don't think they released one bad animated series for Batman, which is saying quite a bit.
Even Brave and the Bold?
That was a cartoon?
I didn't watch it because I thought this doesn't look as good. Just the animation style.
Well, I watched the Batman animated series from the early 90s, and then they did the Adventures with Batman and Robin, which is basically like a light spin-off of that. Then they had Batman Beyond, and then they had the other Batman that came on after that. It's like all of them were really good.
Yeah. Still waiting on your boy Blue's house. How about we just do another news topic here that Darius has sent us. Darius sent us this about multiple Green Lanterns appearing, okay? The potential leaks for upcoming McFarlane figures featuring these various Green Lanterns. And that would be Batman Hush, Harley Quinn, yada, 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 yada. But for the Lanterns, Black Hand, Star Sapphire, Indigo, Atrocious and Red Lantern, Hal Jordan 2-pack, Vion and Fury, 6 heads, Dex Star, Green Lantern, Medfil, Nat Kilo, Tomar Ray, I think that's the bird-looking guy, Kyle Rayner, Modern, and Green Lantern Sinestro, that villain. This is Tomar Ray. So are these lanterns going to appear in the show? This is a fun question. Great question, honestly. And sometimes toys are giveaways. Sometimes
it reminds me of Alan on Invincible.
Sometimes toys give it away. Sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Remember
sometimes the toys will give away a spoiler.
Mm-hmm. So kind of bad luck. I would hate if this becomes the precedence though, because if it does, then James Gunn will just stop doing toy releases that are on time, you know?
And that's the con too, because them toys are a huge marketing push for your movie. Like that's a part that is a huge thing, especially with the kids. So like that's the hard part right there. And the thing is, sometimes it's in the contract, they have to release those toys. They got to do it. It's just like, on the flip side, it's like it could be a spoiler there. That's the other part. Because the thing is, even though the toys are for the kids, not only the kids are going to get the toys, you're going to have some people that's out there going to collect them and probably put them in their room or something like that. Not open them up, just have them there. But yeah, I can see that. I can see both sides of that.
And you have to have it out the week of the movie because that viewer is going to be so interested, so riled up. Now's the time to spend money. They won't care as much if it's 4 months later because, That's how long they wanted to take to keep the secret, and that's how long they took to start production, and yada yada yada. Blue is in the
What's up,
building,
Blue?
as well as Planet
What's up,
Fanatic Darius. Now,
What's up, people? What's up, family?
Hello. We're reminiscing on old times.
Yeah, man, the 80s, man. I said y'all talking about Saturday morning cartoons, man. Y'all, I'm trying to tell. Look, the 90s was dope. Early 2000s dope. I hate that they killed Saturday morning cartoons. They killed it, man. And it was because the education system killed Saturday morning cartoons. I need y'all looking at that. I'm not going to elaborate because it's a big whole thing. They wanted on Saturday, they wanted educational programming to be a thing. That's why you start getting like The More You Know, all of these like drug related issues and stuff. And then Saturday morning cartoons became what they call too violent. Power Rangers kind of killed Saturday morning cartoons. It's a lot of things that went into the destruction of Saturday morning cartoons because parents were saying Power Rangers too violent, this cartoon too violent. So you started seeing softer cartoons come out, and kids just lost interest.
And they started putting more like educational or like real world things into the cartoons.
Yep.
That's why you got shows like Captain Planet. I mean, that's when you had a combination of real world stuff, but also they made it cool at the same time and digestible.
They started doing live action. You started to get it like Saved by the Bell. What was the one with the basketball with my man from Blackish in it?
Anthony Anderson.
Yeah, Anthony Anderson. He was in it.
He's dating Roxy. Did you know that from 106?
Okay, that's what's up. I don't know why that's like.
He's like, okay.
We're happy for both of them.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, okay. But his show, like they started doing live action Saturday morning teen TV, teen targeted TV stuff like that. Not saying that it didn't work because I don't know, because they say Saved by the Bell was canceled every season. So
I enjoyed, me personally, Saved by the Bell was a huge part of my childhood.
Mine too.
I watched the reruns and everything before I went to school, like when they used to air in syndication. Every morning before I went to school. Thankfully, the school I went to in elementary school was right across the street from me, so I could literally watch the whole episode and leave at like 7:59 and be there by 7:59.59. So so yeah, like say about it, I even watched it when they did the college version, even though that was very short lived. Like it didn't even last the whole season.
But that's what they say. They say even the original shows, they said they did not know if they was coming back next season because every season it was canceled.
Mm-hmm. Who's the Boss is better than Saved by the Bell?
Boy Meets World is better than them both.
Who's the Boss is two different shows. Who's the Boss is and
Saved by the Bell is two different.
Saved by the Bell came on in the mornings. Who's the Boss came on at 8:00 at night. And it was pushed towards adult. Now, what you said, Darius, which one was better?
He said Boy Meets World. That was good.
I think it's an argument to be made there. I don't think that's a bad take.
It's funny too. You know, it's funny that Darius brought up Boy Meets World because the actor who played Mr. Feeney, he turned 99. Yeah, like last month. He's still with us. He still does conventions too. And it's crazy too because for those who watch Boy Meets World, I can't bring myself to say his name the regular way. I got to say it the way Eric said it, Mr. Feeney. He used to kill me when he would say his name like that.
Yep. But no, that ain't a bad take. Boy Meets World over Saved by the Bell. Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Another show that was out back then, even though it wasn't a Saturday show, that stayed on for a long time, even though I didn't watch it, but you could not go a week without hearing about it, was Beverly Hills 90210.
90210.
That show stayed on a long time. It was on Fox, and it was one of those shows that if you did not watch it, you heard about it. You knew that show existed. And I never watched one episode of that show until I got older, like maybe in my teen years, and watched it. And I said, I can see why people love this show because that show had some shit going on.
You ever watched the reboot?
I did not watch the reboot. I know there was some that was more for a newer generation. By that time, I didn't care to watch it because it was like I already got my fix from the original.
The reboot had from The Wire. Mike from The Wire. He was the main.
Yeah, he was. Tristan Wilds. Yeah, he
Tristan
was.
Wilds. That's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking of the guy with the scar on his face. But
are you talking about Omar? Nah, he wasn't.
Omar. That was our soaps back in the day. Did you guys ever, care about soap operas? Get into them every now and again? No.
A Black American Family. Yes.
My mother. Yes.
I watched them with my. I got sucked
Listen,
in. I fell into watching them with my mother. She watched Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives. Yep.
The nickname was called The Stories, or your mother, your grandmother say, "My Stories is on. Shut up, go in the other room. My Stories is on." Like, you better
I didn't have to go in the other room. I was watching them
unless you watched it with them. Like, but if you was going to be in there, you had to be quiet because you were trying to catch everything that was going on. You didn't want to miss nothing because especially back then, you couldn't rewind it. You had to watch it. If you missed something,
well, see, Taurean, during the summer, I was in charge of recording the soaps. I had to change the channel from when The Young and the Restless went off. I had to change the channel to when Days of Our Lives came on. So I had to record both of those. General Hospital also. Like, all of that.
That's how my mother was. That's how my mother was too. When she was at work, she had the tape on and she had the thing set to record. My mother was a CBS soap person. Still is. Like, she was watching Young and the Restless and As the World Turns and Guiding Light. She wasn't a Bold and the Beautiful fan, but she watched the other three. Now,
to this day, Thanos has nothing on Stefano. To this day,
we talking about Stefano Demira, brother.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about,
brother. No, Stefano.
You know what I'm talking about.
Stefano used to have motherfuckers stressed.
You guys don't know Alistair Crane. They couldn't show his face on the screen. Remember?
You talking about Passion? Are you bringing it
with the damn doll? Yeah, Passions.
Passions was
that was just funny to me.
Passions was a wild show, and the thing is, that was the one that I started watching on my own. Like, I was watching it because that was more for a younger generation, like my generation coming up. Because at that time, it was years since they had a soap opera on it, a new one on the air, and I would watch that. My favorite storyline from Passions was when they had the whole natural disaster happen. Do you remember that one when they had the earthquake and the tsunami because the spell went wrong? That was my favorite storyline. That storyline went on for like a whole week. They made a big deal out of that, and it was a good one because it was like, damn, all that stuff happening, but it was some stuff that did make me laugh though. It was some stuff.
I just thought that was
every year they would add another sibling to the Lopez Fitzgerald family.
I just thought that was the funniest thing, man. Funny, damn soap opera.
Had a good song too. General Hospital, anybody?
Yeah, General Hospital.
Yeah, General Hospital. Yeah. Of course, everyone talked about Luke and Laura in the wedding back in the day. That was like one of the biggest storylines that happened in soap history.
Victor Newman is an OG. OG Victor.
Oh yeah, that's an OG and an OG villain. Like that, I said, it's nothing bringing down that dude. That man gonna live into infinity.
Well, sometimes he's a villain. Sometimes it's like, I don't know if he's a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Victor was all over the place with it. I don't know if he was a bad guy, good guy. Victor, all over the place. John Black, Marlena, all of them over there in Days of Our Lives. It was crazy, man. It's crazy. I still remember these characters, and some of them still playing. Have been playing it for the past 30 years.
A lot of them still are. I remember, like I said, I was a kid, but used to watch it with my mom because she would be watching it, just watching it with her and then getting sucked in. I just remember Stefano always dying. Yep. Always waking up in a casket or coming back somewhere. I'd be like, the episode where he woke up in that casket, I was like, whoa.
He said he woke up and said, John Black shot me.
Yeah, that one. That's when he got shot.
Then of course, speaking of shot, even though I guess you could say it was a nighttime, so people watched Dallas, the whole Who Shot JR, Who Shot JR.
Yeah,
that was bad. I know Blue, I know you remember that one. That was like literally the talk. That whole storyline was the talk back then.
That had everybody shook. And then even the new Dallas had when they brought it back, what was that? I want to say like 2010, 9-10, something like that. And they brought it back, and this was, I think JR did, because he came back. I think he did a season, and then he actually passed. 2012, yeah.
3 seasons.
3 seasons, yeah. But he passed, I want to say the first season or the second season, he passed away in real life. But straight up continuation.
Taurean,
What up? What up?
Taurean, do you and Jody still communicate? Salute to Jody's corner, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I actually spoke with him actually over the phone because I have his number because I went out to LA a couple years ago to go see them. And yeah, I actually spoke with him like back in like I think last month. I had called him because something had happened and I was checking in on him. And then when he got it resolved, I had called him back again. So yeah, we still communicate.
He got some crazy takes.
I know Jody's corner.
Yeah,
I don't know him, but I know who you're talking about.
He got some crazy takes. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah.
Crazy takes.
All right, thank
What
you.
up, Lawrence? What up, Professor?
Marcus. Hello.
What's going on, folks?
Now everybody is here.
I heard y'all talking about
and I'm
Saturday
glad.
morning cartoons. I heard y'all talking about the stories. First of all, I feel like y'all didn't put enough respect on Fox Kids' name, right? Because Fox Kids was.
I brought up Fox Kids. I was trying to.
I was on
Fox
WB Kids back.
But what
they
that's
was,
the
wasn't it? They was rocking heavy with WB, wasn't it?
I forgot about Fox Kids.
But that's the thing. I mean, like for some reason, for me, I think I liked more shows on Kids WB. Like it was like every show on there I could watch and I enjoyed.
X-Men 97 or not 97 at that point. It was just X-Men, but animated series. Yeah.
See, but that's the thing on Fox Kids. There was like certain shows out on there that I liked, but I didn't like the whole lineup. With Kids WB, I liked the whole lineup that they had. There wasn't
what was
a
the
show
bad lineup
that was
on Fox Kids? The Tick, X-Men, Batman
Spider-Man.
Beyond.
Yes,
Mario's World
Spider-Man.
on
Bobby's World.
Mario was CBS.
Bobby's World.
Bobby's World.
No.
Fox had it on lock. Like you could sit in front of the TV at least 3 hours with Fox.
Well, like I said, the thing that got me was the fact that both lineups were on at the same time, so you had to compete for
it was competing. Yeah,
you got to hit that back button. Hit that back button.
That's what I was telling. That's what I was telling Chill. I said one of them I'm gonna have to record on this VHS. The other one I'm gonna watch in real time, and I'm gonna come back to that tape and I'm gonna rewatch what I missed on that one. And typically, it was usually the Fox Kids one that I was recording.
You know what used to be like absolutely simpatico, like bliss, is when you would get a lineup with the ads where one of your shows would still be on and the other one would be on commercial breaks, so you could flip. I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. How did I land here?
Yep. Gotta hit that back button.
Jackie Chan show was fire. I got to give respect to Jackie Chan show. That's your seat. It went multiple seasons. I think it went like 3 seasons too. I was like,
Jackie Chan. What was the?
I'm pretty sure it's
Showdown.
Either
Shaolin
on
Showdown.
Yeah. Jackie Chan's either on Tubi or Disney.
Nice.
Hold on. What was Gargoyles on?
That was Disney.
Disney. Okay.
No, I'll take it back. It was on Fox first, then it was on Disney.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was on Fox first, and then it went, I think it was on Fox first, and then it went to Disney.
So the Gargoyles. And then as far as the stories goes, it's Guiding Light or Bust, man. It's Guiding Light or Bust.
Guiding Light or Bust. Guiding Light or Bust.
Yeah, my mom and my grandmother are big Young and the Restless fans, but I never really got into it. Not a big guy.
Like I said, my mom, she's a CBS. She watched all of them. The only one she didn't watch was The Bold and the Beautiful, but she watched Young and the Restless, Guiding Light, and As the World Turns.
Somebody here talking about Osmosis Jones? Or you deep in the bag today?
I don't think it's a classic because no one talks about it, but I watched it.
I did watch it, and it was popular at the time for sure. Weren't too many black animated characters at that point, so.
Chris Rock.
I remember seeing a movie.
Why he not trying to get the live action Osmosis Jones going? See, he tripping.
What would a live action Osmosis Jones even look like?
Yeah,
I don't think I want to see that. That would be a horror movie for real, just by the look of it. That would not even be a kid's thing. That would be a horror movie.
Not as old as those, but American Dragon Jake Long in line with that Jackie Chan stuff. That was a great one until they changed the animation. When they changed the animation, I wasn't really fucking with it. But
why did they do that? Like, what was going on?
They changed. I was big in the Saturday morning cartoon, like why they went away. So I did a whole little deep dive, man. They changed the. They wanted to get cheaper. So
really did.
Yeah, just
success.
Like X-Men wanted to get cheaper. I don't know if y'all, if you watch X-Men, you see the animation style go from this to shit. Like, and X-Men animation just went downhill. They wanted to get cheaper. Disney started wanting to get, and it's because nobody wanted to put money into these animated shows anymore because they didn't serve a purpose no more. They weren't selling toys or anything like that. It wasn't a big, because cartoons was a 30-minute ad, or basically a 15 to 20-minute ad, but you had commercials and stuff like that. There was no more toys being sold off of the cartoons. Like I said, it had to be educational. If it wasn't educational, they wasn't putting money to it. So.
And that's what, and I'm glad you said it. That's what caused Static Shock to be canceled, because they said we got canceled after 4 seasons, but the ratings were high. But the thing we messed up with is that there were no toys being sold while the show was off the air to keep the money flowing in, and that put a huge strain on our budget, so we couldn't go forward. So they got canceled during a high, not a low, because they didn't have any toys to sell, or a lot of merch for that matter. There wasn't a lot of Static Shock merch or toys being sold.
There's
all season.
Static, I think, was like the number 2 animated show during its time slide or something like that. It was either number 1, number 2.
It was after Pokemon on WB.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is it okay to call Static Shock? And I will clip this and show it to Paul. We can call him Static Shock, right, guys?
Well, the show is called Static Shock, but his character is just Static.
I feel like both are acceptable.
The cartoon was called Static Shock.
Static Shock, but his character name is just Static.
Static.
Right.
Virgil.
Young Virgil.
What a know-it-all. His name's Virgil, actually, guys. I read the comics. So. Were you there in '93, Milestone Media? You were in line? Yeah. Did you meet?
Actually, I ordered it through a service. I wasn't in line. I ordered it through a service.
Oh yeah, no, I believe
I was overseas at the time, so there was no, unless it was came to, like, because we didn't have a comic shop where I was at. It was just it was called Stars and Stripes. It was like this. Everything was there, books, magazines, whatever. If it came, it came. If it didn't. So at that time, Wizard magazine was out. You could order through like Wizard, stuff like that. So that's what I was doing.
Yeah, his name is Static, but the show is Static Shock. No, I know that, but I was just, as you guys know, me and Paul go back at it over whether or not it's okay to refer to Static as Static Shock, because it's just much easier. And I say it's okay. Why did you look up at the corner?
He was making sure that the Knicks actually won.
Hear it.
Why you looking up at
the all up in here?
Because I thought you were gonna point at the thing behind you, the Static thing.
Oh, no, yeah. Shout out to Virgil.
Shout out to Verge.
Verge. So we jump over to a House of the Dragon. We got to get rid of all these discussions. I'm about to play the trailer. I'm okay with playing it because it's House of the Dragon, even though they'll ding us. Are you guys okay with it?
Do you think?
Run it.
Darius?
I don't think they're gonna ding us.
Okay.
This shit look like heat.
You now have the power no man has ever wielded. You will have an empire unassailable, Rhaenyra, and our children will rule it forever and a day.
Go crazy. Well, whatever, you know.
What remains is for you to decide what you want from this.
See, Snake.
You will do things that your heart would have recoiled from.
Ugh, every time I see Allison.
The Targaryens are a savage race.
We act with holy purpose.
Sure.
Restore a rightful king.
Fucking gargoyle.
I'm going to kill my brother or die in battle. Draw your sword.
Gotta be smoking on crisp and cold pack, boy.
He gotta go. He has to
wait.
go.
Can't wait.
All will become beasts before our end.
Look at that old beat.
Rhaegar.
It is no longer safe here.
Man.
Rhaegar.
I think this is your season finale.
There will be no doubt who the gods have chosen to rule.
I'm ready. They can't even do any worse than they did last season. So
no, they can't. But at the same time, as long as they don't fall into the trap of piecemealing you, right? That's a trap. That is a trap that so many shows are falling into nowadays. The boys notwithstanding of this. Hey, we know we're gonna get there, but before we get there, let me show you these commercials for this other shit that we got going on. Or let's slow down and do some backstory. you already said it, Torian. Last season was the backstory. That was the setup. That was all
it was
of the
not.
dialogue we needed. Yes,
it was not backstory. That what he did at that damn council with all the visions and shit has nothing to do with going forward. It doesn't.
What you talking
about? I was ready. I was so ready for Damon to finally. I was so ready. I was so ready for Damon to leave Harrenhal.
That's what I'm saying though. Like we wasted so much time with season 2. There's no reason to piecemeal. I mean, we better be rubber the road, pedal down to the floor for the first 5 episodes.
We definitely have to be. I mean, we're entering the Battle of the Gullet. I do not think we are about to get Battle of the God's Eye. I don't think that's happening until 4th season.
Bodies.
Yeah, because we spent way too much time with Damon at Harrenhal. I was so ready for him to leave. I was like, every episode, I'm like, damn, get on your dragon and leave this cursed place. You know it's cursed, but you're still here and you can just leave. Why are you still there? I think that's probably what annoyed me the most about season 2 was, yes, it was so annoying with him being there. It got to the point where whenever I would rewatch Game of Thrones and I heard Harrenhal, it just triggered a PTSD for me of like, oh God, Damon and his damn Harrenhal.
Because they changed so much of Damon's story. You know what I'm saying? And the characters surrounding him. So I don't think they knew where to go with it for season 2.
It was a meandering show last year. Like we stood around talking about war and debating our next steps, and it lasted for a huge chunk of the season. We there now. We got dragons. Our armies are culminated.
One of the biggest parts that happened in season 2 was also the most tragic, and that was losing Rhaenys, the queen that never was.
But that happened in like episode 2. That happened at what battle was that? Was that Stronghold?
5.
Yeah, she was around for a while.
Episode 5. Mm-hmm. Episode 5.
But we were so much stuck in Harrenhal, you thought it was 2.
Yeah, we did a bunch of silly shit.
Being the actress who plays him.
Hey,
let's get a side by side. Hold up. Let's get a side by side. Hold on. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That's not you.
Nah, that ain't me. Salute to the sea snake though. Salute to the sea snake, man. Look, y'all would know if there was any type of Targaryen blood in me or anything from y'all would know. I would have a dragon somewhere.
Listen, Blue was able to get on the show. He said, "You know what? No need to put a Tyler Perry wig on me. Just dye the locks I got. Just dye the locks I got."
Technically, the sea snake not Targaryen. He's over Valerian.
Yeah, I know he's Valerian. But the thing is, never mind.
See, he believe Valerian.
All I know is
but anybody from the old. The way it goes is it's not just the Targaryens who can do that.
Well, the Targaryens of today, though, the Targaryens of Westeros is that's they own, because they had to breed with each other to keep it pure. So they own subset. That ain't the Targaryens of old.
Right. But they only do that to try to keep that dragon blood or that dragon magic.
Right. But before they had other dragon riding families, and they wasn't even at the top of the food chain.
Right.
It was some snows.
All I know is this: they better not harm a single strand of hair on Baela's head, or I'm writing a letter to the people. Yes, she is like one of my favorite characters in that show.
She ain't going nowhere. She might not even be in this.
Goes nowhere. Her sister goes nowhere. Neither one of them. They both survive into the next.
Okay,
king.
Just making sure.
She shouldn't. I don't think she should. But I think the sister is taking the place of what's Damon's girlfriend that he gets, the little girl. I call it his girlfriend, but I can't think of her name right now. She's the one who ends up getting. She was a dragon seed. She's the one who ends up getting the dragon.
Are you talking about the girl that Rhaenyra kissed? The little, she was running a brothel.
No.
I'm about to say,
hold on,
hell no, she better not.
No.
Stamina, listen, I'm telling y'all, I've been saying this since season 2. Y'all bet not harm Baela whatsoever. Listen, I will jump through that screen and be back in those times. I'm like, who is you? I'm him. That's who I am.
You're gonna be like Martin Lawrence in that movie.
What movie?
The Black Knight.
Oh.
That's my movie, man.
Boy, that
love
movie's
Black Knight.
funny. Yeah, it's gonna be a good season. Like I said, more deaths are going to definitely hurt. Rainey's hurt me. I'm a big Rainey's fan. So the
Nettles. My bad,
this
there's Nettles.
yeah, but Nettles isn't in this.
I know.
What?
I think the
Bayla's sister. Yeah, she's
she's
gonna take Nettles'
spot.
because she's after what's that dragon's name?
Sheep Stealer.
That's right, Sheep Stealer. Yeah, they're doing what's his name? The Battle of the Gullet's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah,
that one's gonna hurt.
Let's get to it.
Marcus is like, I don't care how much it hurts.
It's time. It's time. Y'all had a whole season to hug these characters and keep them close. All these damn side missions. They didn't ganged up with some random non-Targaryens, some Targaryen bastards. They whole faith them banged out. They said, this is unholy. We ain't playing this nonsense.
You done got Aegon burnt to
a crisp.
You still got Allison still being a B.
I wonder who put a battery in his back. I don't remember. Well, I don't think they even said, because in the book, or at least in the audio book, he just kind of like arrives. We get the who energized him to come back and try to get the throne.
Loras.
Who was it?
Loras Tyrell, or not Loras Tyrell.
I would say Loras.
Not Loras. Strong. Loras Strong. Yeah. Is his name Loras?
Strong.
Loras Strong.
Loras Strong.
Yeah, he did. So they're on their way to Dragonstone.
Well, man, what you gonna do when you see your brother though? Like, what you like? All that shit sound good on the march to King's Landing.
I don't think he sees Aemon. Unfortunately.
Well, hold on.
I don't want to give nothing away for those.
Yeah, we getting into it now.
Aemon's still being conniving.
Yeah. But he does. Can't give anything away, but he does get that. It's crazy how it ends, but yeah.
I do remember an epic battle between a few parties on each side, and there was a noticeable absence from this trailer from the green side, and the absence is the person that involves is him and Daemon. It's a pretty epic battle, and I didn't really see much of Sir what's his name? Is it Oliver? What is his name? Allison's dad.
Compared to Game of Thrones, they just don't have the characters that we should be fully
Otto. There you go.
Otto. That we should be fully invested in. And there's no strong shock value in this series.
There wasn't in season 2. Season 1, I disagree. There was definitely shock value. Season 2 kind of lulled you to sleep. So I'm not mad at you if you kind of pieced out on it because of season 2, but season 1 there was definitely some.
But the thing is, I had this like one of those things I had to stick with it because I know they have to have a much better follow up with 3, which looks like to be very promising.
Yeah,
I mean, 2 had some stuff in it though. Season 2 had some things in it. It's just that damn
far in between.
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah, the Harrenhal was a drag.
It just.
Yeah. When you go back and rewatch the Harrenhal stuff, it's just funny. Especially I forget that Strong's name. That's the keeper of Harrenhal at the moment. He is hilarious. You go back and watch that shit. It's funny. The way he acts toward Daemon. Daemon's, visions and shit and thinking everybody's trying to kill him. It's actually really funny. Very, very, very boring. I like the edits that came out of it from TikTok. Every time people were taking Caraxe's screams when Daemon was walking toward him and was, making Caraxe say stuff like, finally, let's go. It's been time.
It's time to go.
And then when Alice stopped him, when Alice stopped and he turned around, Caraxe was like, no, let's go. Stop talking to her. Yeah, those were funny.
Cool. Did you already talk about Daredevil already?
Yeah. What you gonna say?
I thought it was pretty interesting that they that it seems like, from what I've seen, it seems like they're actually trying with this series. Like they're not they're not pulling no punches. They're well, other than waiting so long to try to incorporate the Defenders characters. That would be my only gripe so far. That and the isolated nature of New York. It's hard for me to envision a Marvel New York story that doesn't involve some of the heavy hitters of New York. Like for a story that's this outreaching for the city, it's hard for me to imagine that certain characters in New York are not popping up. You know what I mean? I know you got your Punisher thing going on. Yeah. He's probably, maybe he'll have something going on in that presentation that happens during this season that we just not seeing. Right now, it feels out of place. Also, we already know who the big guy is, right? Like Brooklyn. We know who he is. Or no, where is he from? Queens? Where's Peter Parker from?
Queens.
Yeah. He's from Queens. So that's the obvious missing one, but we know why that's not going to happen. It still doesn't help them though that we have this big anti-vigilante push. I mean, shit. Kamala Khan ain't even brought her ass down from Jersey and did nothing to help nobody out. You know what I'm saying? She's just chilling. So it's I get it. They are trying hard. They dropping more F-bombs than I ever heard on Disney TV.
The last time we saw Kamala, she had met up with Kate Bishop.
With Kate Bishop. Ain't Kate Bishop in New York?
Yeah.
Well, was she in New York when we saw her last? That's the question.
Probably not.
I don't think she was.
But my point is, if there's a war going on against vigilantes in New York, it should be more than Swordmaster and Daredevil. You know what I mean? Like we gotta get something. Again, help get the Defenders characters in there.
Yeah,
early.
I think that's the thing. I'm with you. Not even mentioning the Defenders or anything like that. But that's Marvel's. Daredevil didn't even mention damn She-Hulk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people he could call.
It's like that shit didn't even happen. Looking at these court scenes when Karen is on trial, I keep wanting to call her Jessica from True Blood. When Karen is on trial, the fact that court is happening in the same city that Meg Thee Stallion's trial happened, and old girl from
I thought they was in Cali. They was in Cali. She-Hulk was in Cali.
Yeah, She-Hulk's in California.
Yeah, they rewrote her whole thing to be out west. The
still stands because it's the same judicial system. So like if them courts is happening in the same country, it's like something ain't right. Something ain't exactly lining up here. But I do think they're trying.
I want Heather gone after what she did in this episode. When Karen gets free, I need her to put hands, knuckles, feet, kneecap, the whole ACL on Karen's back.
I was wondering where that came from. Like, she's been playing this very like distressed and traumatized character all this season, and now all of a sudden she got that PTSD one time, and now she big dog. She can go beat up Karen. It's like, all right.
Wow, she's cut. Like, can she really say that though? Karen was cuffed.
Yeah. She was cuffed.
She couldn't do nothing, and she knew that.
But I still don't understand where
Karen is on her own. She got choked by Kingpin. This episode, she told him about himself. She got choked by him. She got slapped by Heather. Like, she's getting in these people's heads. Like, she's messing with their head.
That felt like a bit of a sharp turn, right? Because she wasn't really even into the choke with Buck. It scared the shit out of her. Now all of a sudden you beating up prisoners while they handcuffed to the table.
The psychiatrist having PTSD, that angle that they're trying to play, I don't see the sale with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see.
It's also not a justification for supporting Fisk. Like, she's a smart person.
Yeah,
she's a smart person. She can realize that, hey, I'm traumatized. I went through something, but that doesn't make what Fisk is doing right. Like, she's not. When did she become a dummy?
I guess Muse.
Like I said, that Muse got that PTSD on lock. It's like you can say something to her, and all of a sudden she just sees him in her head. Like he did something crazy to her.
And so because of that, I'm okay with disappearing citizens and lying and testimonials to get people, extricated into this soup jail.
At a city level, too. At a city level.
It's still misfiring to me. Like, at most, she should go run away and go get in a hole. Right. I feel like they needed to make her a bad character to explain, to kind of protect Matt, because Matt, they separated at the shooting at the end of last season, and he just end up with Karen. Like he don't, he just disappear and bang out on old girl.
And Karen used that to her advantage against her because she knew. She knows her. She knew her pressure point, trigger points.
But I'm saying in terms of protecting Matt's character, how it's written, he's a bit of an asshole because he didn't even call old girl and be like, hey, "Look, it's over," or like he didn't explain shit. Man. He just ended up with his old thing. And
I smashed She-Hulk last week. I get with you. Like, come on, man.
I forgot she got the skins. I forgot all about that.
Then I get with my old thing. Come on, lady. I ain't got to call you.
You should have already known it was over with, huh? That's crazy. You
should have known. Do you know how I get down? I'm Matt Murdock, man.
Nah, they just made her even worse figure to so that people wouldn't root for her. That's how they explain
good,
that.
and you should. Good, and you should.
Why do y'all think the viewership is down?
Well,
because people don't care about consequenceless TV shows for Marvel.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That is
I don't
it.
think you can say it any better. I don't think you can say it any
literally
better.
it. That's why I'm like, I don't know why people online are acting. It's weird, bro. It's weird. I don't know why people try to pretend like the last 5 years didn't happen. That's why people aren't watching Daredevil.
Telling y'all it didn't happen. That's why.
I'm people not watching Daredevils or Echo or what was the other one? They just had one. I didn't watch that.
Feige's telling y'all, hey, these last 5 years didn't happen. Don't worry, but don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Hey, man,
the North remembers. The North
I think it is scary hours that they are working overtime to make this show a adult version to kind of compete with what's on HBO right now, what's on Prime, and what Apple TV is doing. This is their premium adult content, and nobody's paying attention
because they failed at doing that early in the game. Like when people was already saying, "Hey, make this stuff adult." Because it's on TV. We don't need this big grandiose. We don't have to play it safe on Disney Plus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't have to play it safe on Disney Plus.
I'm sorry, Blue. Go ahead.
No. That was basically finished.
I don't even think they were even trying to play it safe. I just think Marvel at that time, coming off of Endgame, having literally the world in the palm of their hands, because you had people that didn't give a flying shit about comic books, never picked up a comic book, never nothing, paid attention to Marvel, the cinematic universe. They thought their shit didn't stink. They said, we can feed them bullshit and they're going to gobble it up.
And we did for a second.
And on top of that, they didn't have it. And on top of that, they didn't have any competition with DC. So that's why I said, that's why
I don't
wanting DC. That's why I'd be wishing DC did it so much better, because if they would have gave them the competition, that would force Marvel to continue to elevate and not de-escalate and like revert back. Like basically, like after Endgame, it's like they kicked their feet up and like went on vacation, but not go on vacation. And it shows with the stuff that they put out there. But the thing is, they're still on top because they still don't have the competition. So they still feel like they can do whatever they want, and they feel like, oh, we've made billions and billions of dollars over a decade. People are still going to watch it, no matter how much they complain about it. They're still going to watch it because they have to. They know exactly.
I don't know if they are watching it though, Taurean. I don't know if they're watching it. If this is scoring lower than She-Hulk, Ironheart, Moon Knight, like it's scoring lower than some of the stuff that we know was bad.
And didn't chart, because remember the first season of Daredevil Born Again didn't chart. And right now they saying this one didn't. But you know what did chart? The one that people trash, and that was Ironheart. And Ironheart, we can argue, is a way less known character than Daredevil.
You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta do that.
It charted.
No. I'm saying we don't got to argue about it. And then I was about to pay it a compliment. I was gonna say that it was a competent. Well, no, I can't even give it that, because they didn't protect her as a hero. They didn't really.
And the thing is, they didn't even promote the show either, like they did Daredevil Born Again, and it's still charted.
I guess my issue is, like, Wonder Man charted, but it was only that episode with Doorman. That's the only episode that charted. Why are you doing that, Chill?
The whole season came out in one day, so how could you only say an episode charted? What do you mean?
You can still have an episode chart.
What website showed you that only that episode got enough viewership to chart?
You think just because you come out in one day, you can't just press play on one episode?
Where
Did
did you
they,
read
so
that?
they split the
What
numbers
chart?
up by episode when it's released all
Yeah,
on
that's
one?
just like
You can
Ironheart.
still see it.
Ironheart charted with, I think it was episode 3, and all of it came out. Like, because me and Tina had the whole talk about how Ironheart.
They split. Well, they split the episodes up with Ironheart. They did the first 3 1 week, and then the next.
You can chart with a solo episode.
What website shows that?
It's not a web. I get what it is, Flix TV. I get all of these aggregates on my email. Only thing, because I don't think Disney reports to what's the one that everybody like
Nielsen.
I don't think they report to Nielsen till like later on, but all these independent aggregates, they'll let you know which one charted.
Which episode pop.
Can I ask you to, after the stream or whenever you're free, just send me? Thank you.
Send it to you. I will send it to you.
Yeah, but Daredevil, like I said, the first season didn't chart, and right now the second season is not charting. But you know what? Actually, like I said, this season is miles better than the first one. That first one
way better.
was hard to watch.
Still ain't doing nothing. So if Daredevil is like this, what is it? What is it going?
And it's already greenlit for season 3.
That's fine. I mean, obviously they got a story to tell, so that do your thing.
And then they have that special presentation with Punisher that's going to come on.
It's Disney Plus, man. Disney Plus is a horrible streaming service. It's bad.
Vision Quest. Vision Quest is next up, right? So if Daredevil can't chart, what do we?
I don't think Vision.
No, it should be Punisher.
Punisher, the special presentation. Okay, Punisher. Punisher will do something. I think people will watch Punisher.
Yeah, because we know that's going to lead into Brand New Day.
They didn't say that.
Oh, he's in it.
You better assume it better. What are we doing this shit for? Like, why are we here if these things don't happen in the same place?
But I thought the Scoopers said that it, again, not official from Marvel, but I thought the Scoopers said that this was prior to the, or not prior to the events, either after the events of, basically they said it didn't have anything to do with it.
They would do something like that. Isolated story, even though the movie and the show are right back to back.
Dumb. It's just dumb.
I think it's dumb too.
Nobody's planning over there anymore.
Yeah. Because guess what? That's what the people watching are going to expect. Now, if they don't do that, then you know people are going to have something to say.
I'll wait for you guys to all watch it for me, and then I'll decide whether Punisher's the one that gets me back in the game.
I don't think Punisher hurts, nor do I think Vision Quest hurts. I don't think Vision Quest hurts because it's Vision. Also, you're bringing back Ultron, and it ties together with Agatha and Wanda, which both charted.
Okay. I mean, if it plays heavy on the WandaVision angle, I think that could probably entice people.
That's why it's going to, because it's continuing that story. It was just like Agatha. Agatha wasn't good either, but it charted.
Now, even though this is not going to be on Disney Plus, what are y'all thoughts going to be for Spider Noir?
Something to watch. That's it.
Yeah, something to watch. That was about where I was going to say. If it's good, it'll be entertaining.
Now, here's the thing for me. I think this show comes out. What day is it? May 20 what? 6th, 7th? Was it 7th, 27th? Either way, is either the day before or after First Light comes out. So I might not be catching up on that show immediately because I got that James Bond game on pre-order in half of the last 2 months. One of my most anticipated games of the year. And,
James Bond got a game coming out?
Yes, called First Light, made by the same people who did Hitman.
Okay.
And you want to know what's so crazy?
Vision Quest does connect to Doomsday.
You want to know what's so crazy? The same day that First Light comes out is the same day that GTA 6 was supposed to come out. Can you imagine if GTA 6 came out when it was supposed to come out, which was Memorial Day week? People would like Spider Noir. Who?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I mean it's another one of that. This kind of feels like a dead end. So like if it's good, then the comic book heads will probably talk it up. But I don't know how big of an audience there is for Nick Cage playing a Spider-Man character.
Visually, it looks good. I like that noir feeling.
Are you gonna watch the noir? Or are you gonna put the color on?
I think
the noir. Like who's gonna watch that in color? That's dumb. I don't even know why they even gave that as an option.
I think it's the how they present it to you and what's your expectation. Like you should know that this is just like a standalone situation, just like it was, you know, in the comics. It's all standalone. So don't look for fucking Peter Porker or anybody else to show up because y'all saw it in
not even Donald Glover
in Spider-Verse.
No.
Didn't they say it's not the same Spider Noir from Spider-Verse?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not, because I think in Spider Noir he is a Peter Parker in Spider. I mean, in Across the Spider-Verse, but in Noir he's gonna be Ben Reilly.
Why do they do this, bro? It's like they don't understand the continuity factor of what is why the superhero stuff works for us.
Literally why I'm here, bro. I don't understand why that's so hard to
They
get.
said they don't. They said they don't care why you're here. They said we know why we're here. We are here to get paid. We don't give a damn about you. They don't care. They like we don't care if you watch. We already got paid before this thing even went out. They said I'm about to go on vacation. I can give a damn if you watch.
Bang, bang.
It sounds harsh, but I'm telling you, that's what they be thinking.
Yeah.
They be looking at them people go on those rants and tangents, and they be cracking up.
Yeah, they probably be laughing at me. I know they be like.
I'm gonna be honest, because if I was in that position, I probably would be too. I'd be sitting back there like
Not
Michael
if I was
Jackson
in this state.
and Thriller, popping back the popcorn, just smiling.
Nah, not if I was in this kind of condition. It's one thing to be on top of the world and be laughing at motherfuckers. If you were Marvel and you still laughing, then God bless you. God bless you.
You know how much of a cushion Marvel is sitting on right now?
I know how much of a cushion Disney's sitting on. Marvel ain't sitting on shit.
Marvel's sitting on a cushion with
Marvel
what?
ain't sitting on shit.
Cushion? How is Marvel sitting on a cushion with what? With
Disney is not Marvel.
With fans, or are we talking money?
The money.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. Because a studio like Marvel, who's backed by Disney, will.
We already know what we know what the fans is. They on shaky ground.
But that's why they could just make bullshit.
Down,
But you know,
down,
I've said that's the reason why they can give you whatever they want to give you, and then say, "Oh, the reason why I didn't do good is because we didn't have the real Captain America in it." That's the reason why.
Let me ask you this though, Blue. What if by them publicly failing at superhero stuff tanks the genre? How valuable is Marvel Studios if people are no longer going to see comic book stuff?
Oh, well, they'll sell it for scraps. They'll sell it.
Okay.
If it's no longer, or they'll put it to pasture and wait.
Yeah.
That's
Either
not
one costs them money though. Either one of those cost you money because you bought Marvel expecting this to be at least.
But it's paid. I think
it's
Marvel has paid for itself. I do think it's.
You're
paid
right.
For
You're right. Marvel's pretty much paid for itself at this point. You're right.
Itself.
You're right. That 2003 to 2012 run probably, or not even 2012 to 2018 probably cleared them.
2019.
Shit, it probably paid for the whole damn acquisition of everything.
Point,
you know what I'm saying?
So Marvel does have competition, and it's called DC. James Gunn's Supergirl movie is supposed to come out this year. And so the latest is Matt Belloni from Puck saying, "Nah, bro, this is a $350 million movie. This thing's gonna lose money." I don't see it that way, but do you?
Who's that? James Puck from who?
His name is Matt Belloni from the Puck.
Oh, from the Puck, Matt Belloni.
Oh, that dude. So like. That's his take on it. There's worry out there. I don't see Supergirl. What?
It's because it's so many big movies coming out around it. That for me is what it is. So it is a lot of big movies that are coming out in June. You got Masters of the Universe, Scary Movie 6, Supergirl, Toy Story 5, and some other stuff that's all coming around it. And then it transitions over into July because you got Minions, Moana. Not seeing that crap. Odyssey and Brand New Day. No, I am not.
Of all the movies you said, there's one I know will be good. You said Odyssey. That's Nolan. We're good. Toy Story 5 is
I don't know if that's gonna be good. Dunkirk was trash.
At least I have hope. All right, I have hope where it's good. All these other movies have potential to be bad, and Supergirl also has potential to be bad. But in a world where Supergirl's the go-to movie, maybe. We shouldn't be so pessimistic about things, but maybe also we could, because it is Supergirl after all. It is Kal-El. What was her name? Zor-El.
Yeah, you're doing a horrible job.
And there you go, right there. that was it, right there. You're defending the movie and couldn't even remember her name.
I don't think it's you're right, Torian. It is a packed slate coming into this summer, but just like Chill said, the top level of Supergirl's worth, in my estimation, would be anywhere from like 600 to 700 million, and that's if it does exceedingly well. That's if it does exceedingly well.
If that movie and y'all know I fuck with Gunn. Y'all know
no. From what we've seen in the trailer so far, that movie at its absolute best is a 600-700, and that's if it goes above expectations. Where it's probably going to land is somewhere in between where Puck News guy was talking about.
You talking about Supergirl?
Top level.
Probably
about
it's 4. I think it gets 4
million, maybe?
I think 4 to 5 is what it gets.
That's what I think too. You said
4 to 5 is what it gets.
I'm saying 6-7 if it overperforms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, overperform. You're saying overperform.
If being the optimal word.
That's a huge if. Let me take a shot.
Very big if.
So like even at that, it's not like it has this long runway, right? Like this big opportunity to go make a bunch of cash.
Like, it depends. Is it a good movie?
No, but if we fail,
being a good movie,
if we end up not doing well here with Supergirl, like if I'm James Gunn, I don't know. I what do I do? Like, how do I pivot? Do I go, okay, Batman only, fine. Oh, I had the Static thing I was gonna do, but they didn't show up for Supergirl. They're not showing for Static.
What's the failure? What you mean by fail, Chill? Like,
I guess whatever the money he puts in.
I don't see 4 or 5 as a failure.
Okay,
I think
if it makes 5, it would have made his money.
How much did it cost to make? 150,
like 200 million,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, 5 is the sweet spot. If it gets 455, they good. They good.
Whatever failure is though, if it does happen, how does that affect what we get out of DC? Because they are just starting up.
He'd better get serious and put all of this Sergeant Rock and Booster Gold nonsense to the back burner. Find a Diana, find a Barry Allen.
Didn't they find a Diana? Don't they have a? Then they cast the Wonder Woman.
Did they announce it? Has it been announced yet?
I think Girl and Man of Tomorrow is Wonder Woman. I don't think
that's
she's Maxima. I don't think she's Maxima.
I think because what they've it's from what I'm hearing is 2 women in Man of Tomorrow.
Can't give them credit in
2
today.
Women being cast for something.
That's true. Can't give them credit.
They got to announce it. Yeah.
And my thing is, if it is Wonder Woman in this,
it's Jean Grey.
I dial back a little bit. I'm like, okay, James, you're starting to bring in some of the heavy hitters.
It's Jean Grey, man.
He better do something because you can't come out here and post up what was it? What did Superman make? 4 for 550?
Okay.
So I got 610, 610, 608, 610. Something
I didn't even know it got to 600 million.
Yeah.
Now I got a question. So last week, and y'all might have talked about it. Last week they casted Andre Royo from The Wire, who played Bubbles on The Wire, in Man of Tomorrow. Now they said his role is a mystery role, so we don't know. So I said, so now y'all doing the Sadie Sink thing again. Well,
he's Jean Grey.
But now you're
he's Jean Grey.
He's Jean Grey.
Stop. Now the word is when I first saw that, all I kept seeing from people in the comments was throwing up pictures of Martian Manhunter. Yeah. That's like I kept seeing people throw that picture up there. You know,
I could actually see him being
as a fan casting. I can see it too. I can see him being Martian Manhunter.
Him playing what's the detective that Martian Manhunter plays? The character.
I call him John.
John Jones. I'm tripping. John Jones. John Jones, the detective. He could be John Jones, the detective. I can most definitely see him being John Jones, the detective. And then
he's just short.
He is short.
He was standing next to some folks.
Yeah,
and I was
short.
Like,
Bubble. I mean, you know, when you're on that stuff, man, that's what happens.
You lose your bone structure. You shrink.
Bubbles was the man on The Wire. But no, I can say I really could see him being John Jones playing that role, and then CGIing him to be Martian Manhunter when he makes the change and things of that nature. I can see that happening. Him keeping a voice.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You get your Martian Manhunter and Diana potentially in the same movie, so that would solve some of the problems.
It'd solve a lot, really. It really would. It'd be like, okay, we're thinking about the league. Because when he's on Instagram 2 days ago, replying in comments about the future of DC and talking about Booster Gold and Creature Commandos.
Good God.
That doesn't give me hope.
Good God.
Well, Creature Commandos was a hit for him. So I mean,
was it though?
Yeah.
Like, did that excite people for DC? Did that get people to go see Superman?
I don't know if it made people go see Superman.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
Superman.
Marcus.
Yes.
I say this every
Superman
time we talk about Creature Commandos. The only episode.
What you like?
I didn't.
The Nazi killing.
I didn't watch that shit. The only episode that
Yes, you
people
should go
talked
watch it.
about. No, thank you. That people talked about.
I think
was
Darius
when
don't be want to
showed
watch
up
it because I think
in
he'll
5
like If Darius go watch it, he'll come back like, hey, that Creature Commando wasn't that damn bad.
Man,
I'll get
I'm
to
not
it
watching
because
Creature Commandos.
Did you watch Peacemaker?
Hell no. Season
So
1
you
nor
just don't-
2.
So how can you really make a valid critique
Blue.
I'm just
Let me tell
asking.
you.
I don't know.
No. I get you, brother. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think I've been burned so much by Marvel, and it's no fault of DC's. I've been burned so much by Marvel that by the time we got to Peacemakers and Creature Commandos,
You was done with the ancillary. I got you.
Yes, I'm done. I'm done.
That makes sense.
So I just
I
need.
got it.
I need the heavy hitters here.
You better watch out with that, because there's a lot of people that said that about Maul, and that shit is awesome.
Oh, Maul's amazing.
Maul is awesome.
But see, anybody that said that about Maul hasn't been following Maul since Maul's amazing. I remember I said when Maul came out, it's gonna be brilliant. No one's gonna talk about it.
Yeah, ain't nobody talking about it. It's like it's good.
Yes, it's a good
Absolutely
show. I enjoy it.
But that's
Absolutely.
but
The
that's
lightsaber.
it's time to go back to what Darius
so
just
good.
said about being burned, though. I totally understand that. I totally understand. Now it's
That
like
is
I'm
exactly
being burnt.
why people aren't watching.
It's three areas I'm burnt: DC, Marvel, Star Wars.
Yep.
Now I'm burnt. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Look at that trinity. Look at that trinity of fire.
So it's
I
really
get it.
not battery. It's really not so much that Blue is right, because I have my feelings. I just don't want to watch obscure characters that I don't give a damn about. It's the
that's
same,
your
and it's the same. It's the same lane with what we were just talking about with Star Wars. It's no fault. It's not Maul's fault. It's Lucasfilm's fault that no one is watching this amazing show, because it is truly amazing. It's their fault. You have burned so many people. Anyway, you've burned so many people that no one gives a damn anymore about Star Wars.
That by the time
you one on Disney don't mean much.
That by the time
that doesn't mean anything.
Something. That by the time you get to something that's actually good and worth talking about, no one wants to really talk. And y'all are right. I don't really see too many people. I don't even see that many reaction channels reacting to Maul, and these are people who react to just about anything. But they're not reacting to Maul. It's like literally like a diamond in the rough. Oh my God, I can't believe I see someone with a thumbnail talking about Maul. But
I wonder how many people even have Disney Plus to react to Maul.
Watch it right now.
Yeah, like, do they have Disney? Do they even know Maul is out?
Here's what's gonna have a good thing for what's gonna happen for Maul. If, and that's the big if Vader does show up in episode 10, that will
get people
cause
talking.
discussion online.
Yeah.
Just that. It might cause people to go back and watch episodes 1 through 10, or it might just cause people to go watch episode 10. But if that happens, that's going to be the only thing that gets talked about online.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just like when it came to Obi-Wan with Obi-Wan, people only really talked about was when Vader was on there, or the stuff that Vader was doing.
That's valid.
I don't know though. I feel like Obi-Wan was everybody not tuned in to Obi-Wan just simply because
they were.
I'll give you another thing that they did. They got on there also to rant about the Reva character, and we know why that was.
About Moses Ingram.
That was another burn, though. That was another burn. I think that was probably the burn that broke. No, Acolyte might have been the burn that broke the camel's back.
Acolyte already burned.
Acolyte was
we were burnt. We were burnt, but we were still somewhat enjoying the fire. We were still somewhat enjoying.
Why did Darius just do the NPC character dance? Like that's an NPC character.
We was rolling with it,
enjoying the fire, rolling joints and smoking them with the fire. We was good.
Yeah, no, I think Obi-Wan was the setup that led us to Acolyte. Like we were like, okay, this was COVID era stuff. They delayed it. It's been in the baker a little too long. Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe
you don't think it
they
was,
got confused about the lore.
not
you know,
Mandalorian, but
nobody saw New Hope that shot this shit. Just let's chalk it up. And then
you don't think it was I think the start. I don't think the start was Obi-Wan. I think the start was not Mandalorian. What was
no, because Mando, we had got two good seasons of Mandalorian.
Boba,
and then they gave us Obi-Wan.
Boba Fett.
To me,
I didn't watch that nonsense.
Was the start of the downfall?
Except for the episode that Ahsoka was on, that was it.
It's gotta be after Obi-Wan, because the first 2 seasons of Mando had us on a high. That's what earned them a mulligan with Obi-Wan.
Oh, okay. You let them get the mulligan. I didn't let them get the mulligan off.
Was the biggest thing that's ever happened on Disney Plus.
And the reason I didn't let them get the mulligan off, Marcus, is because they said, we fucked up on Boba. Let's throw Mando in here for like 2 episodes, or let's turn this into a Mando show.
By then, we had already got Obi-Wan, right? We hadn't gotten season.
No, Obi-Wan came after
Mando.
Yeah, Obi-Wan came after the Book of Boba.
No,
yeah,
did it?
I want to say it did. Am I wrong?
I don't know. Now, if it did, I'm remembering.
You muted, Darius. You muted.
Sorry, yes, Obi-Wan came before Book of Boba, and I'm only doing this because I remember my timeline.
Oh, it did? Okay.
No. I'm sorry. No. Book of Boba came before Obi-Wan because I had co-host at that time of Book of Boba Fett, and we did that. I did Obi-Wan alone.
Got you.
Yeah.
Johnny, we don't talk about that show over here, bro.
There's a super chat that came in.
Lap popping on ring, ring, ring. Count money while it ring, ring, ring. Trap jumping on ring, ring, ring.
That tree, whoop that tree, whoop that tree.
Battery $2. Maul just feels so small. Whole show on one planet.
That's a fact.
Battery,
no universe jumping,
that.
but it's because Maul can't freely move right now. He's nobody knows he's alive for the most part.
Not only that, not many people can freely move. This is a year after Order 66. The Empire's grip on the galaxy right now is ice, basically.
Goddamn 2 boots. I'd have took his fucking battery and chucked it somewhere.
Man, I said that, man.
Oh, thank you, Captain. Now you'll be very happy now that the Empire's here. I'm about to put your ass in the scrap heap.
Man. But this last episode, these last 2 episodes, they were good. I really enjoyed it. Man. And the little clip, the sneak peek they gave us for next week. Oh my Lord. If you're not watching the show, here, I'll pull it up.
Where was that?
It's on my
yeah, I ain't get the sneak peek.
Twitter here. If you're not watching this show, man, you are truly
Maul is like really, really good.
Oh, sorry, Chill. I think that's your screen.
Look at Bucky.
Okay. This
Whoops.
year. Check this out. Oh, oops. Check this out.
Right, Lawrence. He got 2 Inquisitors after him.
Dang it, no.
Hold on. Let me re-put my screen back. Okay.
I had to get that leg fixed.
Call for backup. Sir, comms are down. All
Be like that when you buy from North Korea.
So much for stealth.
Oh, we squatting up. Gang banging. Gang banging.
This is Star Wars.
Okay, Riley.
This is a long ass sneak peek.
hey, this shit, he said this shit better be 40 minutes instead of the standard 28.
This was made for us.
Yeah.
Why not get that viewership up? Like, if you guys are late to the party, too bad. No, Clone Wars though, I didn't watch. And then years later, oh my god, yeah, I've been hearing so much about it. I hear, Maul is back, or this happened with Ahsoka, or this, and then you finally just say, "Let me watch it," and you love it. I think that's the same with Maul. I think a lot of people.
Clone was one of the best things that could have came out of Star Wars. Period.
I think
what they did with Maul also was one of the best things they could have done. Like I said, it's unfortunate because Star Wars is in the place that they are, the hole that they're in, that no one is watching this show. But it really is some of the best stuff that they've done. I think they thrive in animation though. So this is good. This is good. The story, where we're going, they're talking about multiple seasons. They name dropped Dryden Voss at the end of episode 9. We know he's coming. He's got to be in episode 9 or episode. How many episodes we got left? 1 or 2?
2.
2. Yeah.
So 9 and
10. 1 week. You get 2 in a row, right?
Yep.
I don't know why.
And that's what I like.
It was a pleasant surprise too, because I was watching. I think I noticed it on the 5-6. I was like, I watched 5, and it just kept playing. I was like, I was about to play something else. They trying to make me watch other stuff on Disney Plus, and then I was like, oh no, it's episode 6. So we just keep going.
Yeah. No,
it's very sneaky about that. They always be trying to make you watch something else. Like, I mean, I don't want to watch Netflix Daredevil right now. I've already seen the first 3 seasons.
And you know what the stupid that they do? Instead of the default next suggestion watch being Clone Wars, the default suggestion watch is fucking Acolyte.
Acolyte?
I'm like, what?
They trying to force that Acolyte.
Yes, you didn't like Acolyte, Darius?
Hell no.
There was only one good episode of Acolyte, and that's when they had that lightsaber battle. I'm talking about the lightsaber battle that they had in the forest. Which one was that?
Didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I think that's the
when Trinity died, I was out of there.
Well, then you didn't like the whole thing because she died in the first episode.
I know.
So
there you go.
Which was crazy. What a waste. I'll give X23 her flowers. She actually was. It was actually quick. It was a fast lightsaber battle, and that's what I will give them. That's what I'll give them. They actually were moving. Now that's the only battle, because for any other battle, they was like doing weird slow-mos, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? The Matrix.
Yeah, I'm with Blue. It was after they killed Trinity, I kind of knew where this was going. Like, and she killed her without using the Force or lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. You martial art Jedi's?
Oh, yeah.
You doing karate versus Jedi's?
She killed her with a knife, didn't she?
Yes.
Jedi of old was weak.
That was some trick shit too.
It was some bullshit. Ooh, look over there. I got you with a knife.
Gotcha.
Let's do a super chat. Battery again. Maul lost to Ahsoka, Sidious, and now Vader? LOL. Okay, he's a loser. What? Characters can't lose, huh? And did he really lose to Ahsoka?
Yes.
He caught a body on Qui-Gon Jinn. Like, you come on now, don't disrespect.
He did.
Maul.
He caught one on Qui. That was the real Maul though. Like
he caught a body on
now
Qui-Gon
half
Jinn.
a Maul. Half a Maul. I mean, half a Maul still get it done though. You know.
Man, I love that he relies on the Force so much, and I like that they're showing that. That's not something that they really do a lot in Star Wars. I know that's crazy to say. Disney Star Wars. But
you be using that Force too if you got robotic bottoms.
Yeah, I like it a lot, man. It's good. It's good. Love it.
I remember when the Phantom Menace came out and how loud the audience got when Maul popped up on screen and he pulled out that double-sided lightsaber for the first time.
Yeah,
my audience went crazy. And the thing about it is, when I went to go see it, my dad took me, because this was back in '99 when it came out.
Yeah,
my dad was not a Star Wars fan at all. But when that scene came in, he leaned into it like he was. And because it's just that moment right there that
I hate we only had like
was,
5 minutes of Maul. That's the only thing I hate.
But you
about
know
that.
what's so crazy? Even though it was a short moment, it was one of those moments that will go down in Star Wars history as one of the best scenes.
It might have
in the
lasted.
trailer. It wasn't in the toys.
It was a toy. They did have a
they
toy.
Kept
like
Maul on the low. They kept Maul on the low. In the trailer, all you saw was when he was on the speeder bike with the cloak flowing. That's all you saw from Maul. That was it. You didn't know who or what that was.
You didn't know we didn't know who a Darth Maul was. Like, he was a character that was introduced in this movie. And then when you saw him and he pulled out, like, literally the whole setup, when they're leaving and the doors open up and you hear dun, 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 and the music comes on.
The score was so crazy.
And he lifts his head up and takes the cape off. And they said go, and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are there, and he takes the cape off, flips the lightsaber body around and opens it up. The crowd went nuts. Like, they went crazy when that happened. Even more so than it was probably like that moment when people saw Darth Vader for the first time. Maybe even
put Lawrence
more.
in jail. Put Lawrence in timeout.
Why? I mean, he right was.
No, put him in timeout.
Put him in time. Go to. All right, Lawrence, you got to go, bro.
Let's do. What am I reading here? Avengers Endgame re-release will feature a post-credit scene of Steve Rogers, Peggy Carter, and their son on Earth 828. This is the universe the Fantastic Four are from.
James
not to be confused with 838s.
So, okay, are we not allowed to give Feige shit? Like, are we not allowed to really like just cuss this man out?
This is lazy. This is lazy as hell.
What do you mean? What do you mean not allowed? I mean,
I just don't see nobody like looking at it the way I look at it. Like, what?
Who is this coming from? Who's the source on this?
Yellow Minutes via Yellow Minutes.
We don't.
This is true. This will be truly lazy, and it'll show you the haste that they were operating under to get all this shit together for Doomsday. So now the same universe that Steve went back and had his life with Peggy is a universe that the Fantastic Four and the X-Men are in, because isn't 828 also where Monica Rambeau is at?
None of this shit makes sense. None of it.
Monica's in.
Monica's like the 988000 or something like that.
Where we see that at?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, it's some crazy long. It's a longer number.
Yeah.
Where did we see that?
With that she. Hold on.
Monica Rambeau,
behind the scenes Marvel stuff that they said in the interview.
She's in Earth. Yeah. No, I don't remember where they said this, but I do remember that she's in Earth 10005.
Yeah, I know it was like a long number.
Okay, well, maybe it's not as lazy as I thought. I thought he was literally going to combine everybody that he needed to bring into Secret Wars or Doomsday in from one universe. And because that's kind of the track that we've been on in terms of this whole multiverse.
Can't wait for it to be over. I can't wait to just say the MCU. Which one?
It's never gonna be over. Too. If you think that they about to really do a soft reboot, they don't have nothing viable. They don't have nothing viable. Hate to say it, they don't. They haven't given you anything to make you think that the X-Men is gonna be good.
I'm so nervous about the X-Men, dog. I'm so nervous.
They haven't given anything that's going to make people think the X-Men are going to be good at this stage. Or I would even say, even after Secret Wars and Endgame or Doomsday, they still have a hill to climb. But it's the X-Men, so curiosity alone is going to drive.
But is it going to be good? That's what I'm saying. There is the X-Men going to be good when they give it to us.
That
Sadie Sink killing people in Spider-Man. Is that who the Jean Grey we want to see? Is that what we want to see?
It remains to be seen. I don't want Jean Grey and Spider-Man, but hey, that's on my film.
Man, that's Typhoid Mary, man.
Who's gonna go see the re-release of Avengers Endgame?
Everybody.
Okay.
When does it come out?
In September.
Sometime this year.
September.
I think it's September.
The reason I am is because it's going to be yet another film experience, and I just don't want to. I have FOMO. I don't want to miss out on that film experience with a bunch of Marvel fans.
See, you're not there yet, Darius.
Not where yet. Oh no, I'm no. This is a big. That's a big event. Now, if you were telling me, hey, we're screening Wonder Man season 2, have at it.
Your latest Fathom event, Wonder Man, starring Ben Kingsley. You know they will say Ben before they say
Starring
Yaya.
Ben Kingsley.
Not the Fathom.
During the initial run, I think maybe 3 months later they re-released Avengers Endgame, and they said we'll add more scenes at the ending. And we all saw, or at least some of us, like the ones who went, Joe and Anthony, thanks guys watching the movie. You know, there's the deleted scene here with the Hulk and a firefighter, and I was sitting there like, really? That was all? Okay, so because of that experience, because I wasn't gonna watch the movie anyways, but because of that experience, I think many people are not going to come for this re-release for bonus footage of Captain America.
I'm chill. Man, look, if I'm them, I need to make Disney Plus viable. I re-release it on I re-release Endgame on Disney Plus, add the scenes, I make it a big They got to figure out how to make that a spectacle thing, because that's where their money is going to be at going into the future.
But
because they're giving us these smaller.
You know, they're not thinking that far ahead.
I know they're not.
But is that Marvel's job? Is that Marvel's job to keep Disney Plus afloat?
It's not them thinking far ahead.
They started.
They don't want people having. They don't want people having to do homework to watch television shows. They want an ever-moving hamster wheel of content that people will come in and out of, like a Netflix.
They just don't have that.
Now that doesn't work.
Yeah,
we know that doesn't.
They don't have it. That's what I'm saying. They need to.
But they're square peg and round hole in this thing. They want to make it so that everybody can hop on and hop off when they want to, and that's adverse to a cinematic universe. So they're trying to serve two masters.
I guess what I'm thinking is, you're adding these scenes so we can bridge a small, tiny gap to Doomsday.
That's why.
Right?
That's why. That's it. That's literally it.
So give it to me at home, is what I'm saying. Like, give it to me at home.
It's 11 then.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. Yes, battery curiosity alone is not enough for the X-Men. The last X-Men movie bombed, but the last X-Men movie was not done by Kevin Feige.
Man, that's not a thing. I'm not doing that no more.
Wasn't that New Mutants? Wasn't that New Mutants?
Hey, listen, I look at the last 5 years the same way that all of us on this panel look at the last 5 years. However, in looking at that, this is, I mean, it's the X-Men. This is, it may fine. Take out Kevin Feige and all that. It's still in the MCU. So the X-Men have yet to be seen in the MCU. It may have bombed into Fox, but they have not been seen in the MCU, and that's what people want to see. That curiosity will drive.
I think Feige is about to ruin this property.
And then again, it also depends on how they do the X-Men and Doomsday as well.
So if Sadie Sink is Jean Grey, then we're decidedly on the teenage route, or very least the very young adult, like 20, 21. We're not venturing into adults yet.
And I'm fine with that, but then I'm hearing things like Emma Frost and all of these people that are adults.
I don't want to see kid Emma Frost. Like,
like what are we like? What are we talking about? Why?
Hey man, they already told y'all. Well, they didn't say, but they, this whole younger thing is real. They're going with the younger group.
But they got Young Avengers coming. Why are we doubling up on the youth teams? You need a grown team.
What was
you got lackluster Fantastic Four? You got lackluster of New Avengers. You already got a Young Avengers coming.
Was good.
You said
what the Mandalorian said. The Mandalorian said his Fantastic Four was better than.
No, I don't have time for that. No, okay. I don't have time.
I'm with you. I just wanted to throw that out there.
But Marcus, it was better than that last Fantastic Four movie before it.
Fan Four Stick. That's not that ain't a high bar. That wasn't a high bar to cross.
And it might just hurdle it. Like your toe might have just hit the bar.
Say the heel nipped you as you got over the hurdle.
A super chat just came in.
Last time that I checked, I was selling zones in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked.
And Darius says all the smoke for Gunn, but never Kevin.
Oh,
I go at Kevin.
Uh-oh.
I go at Kevin. I've been going at Kevin for the past 5 years. I'm sorry, my smoke for Kevin isn't as loud as my smoke for Creature Commandos and dumbass shit like that. Sorry.
Hey Sanju, that's not my fault that Kate Bishop is 30 fucking years old now leading the Young Avengers. Tell them to get their production shit under control.
Right.
Why couldn't the Runaways narrative or the Outlaws narrative not run into what they doing in Daredevil?
I don't know,
it does
but,
in the comics.
but we are 2 hours
They
in.
don't have a brain over there at Marvel, man. And no disrespect to the Russos, but we gotta rely on the Russos. Like that's it. Out of all this content, we hoping that are we hoping that the Russos to take over everything? You see what I'm saying? Like you just said, why didn't they just say, you know what? Shit, we just had her go and talk to Kate Bishop. We got this Daredevil thing going on. We can have like a small universe on TV.
Street level.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it.
Who got the players already? Let's get it. Let's make it happen. Now we gotta have the Russos come and say today, but they only gonna do Avengers film. They not touching X-Men. They're not touching anything going forward. As far as I know,
they're overseeing X-Men. Supposedly.
No, it's Jake Shire. Jake Shire doing X-Men, right?
Jake Shire's directing X-Men, but they are overseeing the X-Men saga.
I mean, I don't want them. Get y'all.
Why are they overseeing the X-Men side? What?
Go work on Secret Wars. Get up out my kitchen.
All right.
Like,
Only thing that I can
overseeing
think of,
my...
only thing I can think of why they're overseeing the X-Men is one, because they, any interviews that they've ever done, they've always said the thing that they want the most is Secret Wars and X-Men. I just think maybe Marvel's just giving them that. And not only just giving them that, we need you at that point. If I'm in the meeting and Russo's sitting across from me, I mean, let's just not sugarcoat shit. I'm not Willy Wonka. My name's Kevin Feige. We need you. We need you. We have you seen the last 5 years? We need you.
That's crazy.
So please help us. Get us out of this hole. Hey, we want to oversee the X-Men. Got it. Is that it? On my house.
Did they go talk to Jake first?
No, I think.
See if that was okay with Jake.
I doubt it. They probably said, "Fuck whatever Jake wants." I doubt it.
And I believe the Russos get whatever they want to. If Darius is right on that, the Russos get whatever they want. Carte blanche. It's bad, man. It's bad at Marvel.
It's bad. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Here comes the Hulk wearing a Bruce Banner the doctor's coat. Like
it
looks like he's just changing out of being in Bruce Banner mode at school. And this is potentially a spoiler. This Marvel Legends figure here.
I know he better rip them tatters off after he transforms. He better take that white shit off his shoulders. Because why? Because why?
That's ugly, dog. That is bad, man. That's
why is that just sitting there? Why is it just? Did he have a shawl on before he transformed?
And why did they give him an S curl?
It's the Hulk is not complicated. He got on chinos. Number one, the pants didn't even turn into shorts. The shirt didn't finish tearing off his shoulders. I know in the movie he better just snatch that shit right off.
Yeah, that's a bad one. That's a bad.
I wonder how long he's in the movie as Hulk.
Enough to get a toy.
From my understanding, he's the last battle. Is Spider-Man and Hulk is the last, but from what I read.
Okay, so who's the villain? What?
Man, look, man.
It's too many villains in this movie.
It's an anthology. Well, not an anthology. It's an ensemble film. That's what's making
so many people.
It's a lot, man. And I'm real excited about. Well, my excitement level was high, but the more I dig into this movie, my excitement level just drops. And I love Spider-Man, but my excitement level is just going into the drain right now.
I've been trying not to look at anything because there's so much. I'm just like, you know what? This is going to be one of those ones I go in with fresh eyes, and what I do know is what I know currently. That's it. Just fresh eyes.
You lucky, Darius, because I'm like, man, reading. I'm like,
I don't care about that topic either. Next up. Yet.
Burger King Hulk toy.
Super Smash Brothers.
That's what it looked like, a Burger King.
Mark Ruffalo Hulk thing either.
like a Happy Meal toy or something like that.
I'm telling you, man, them MCU Marvel Legends be trash. I don't fuck with MCU Marvel Legends. I don't.
The Super Smash Brothers movie, potential movie. It's got Pikmin movies also in the works. Universal's trying to get the rights for Metroid and more characters from Nintendo. This is from My Time to Shine. Hello.
She said a lot. There's a Luigi's Mansion. They talking about Donkey Kong in 2028. A lot of stuff. Star Fox.
It's unbelievable. A Star Fox movie in 2030. That's 4 years from now. I don't know about that.
I think it'll be sooner.
If he ends up in the third Super Mario Brothers, maybe as long as it.
See, I think that'd be a waste. I think you do Star Fox now. After you just introduced them in
Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
I think they were already probably into. They were probably in the pitching phase of Donkey Kong, and then that's moving forward. These studios are slow, man. They're slow, and so when one set of films is in the talking phase, like, all right, which idea are we going to go with? The next one is even in even more of a latent stage. Like, so when we're talking about the concept of when these things are actually going to start to get made, it's almost like an assembly line, and everything seems to be 2 to 3 years back. So if we're talking right now, what do we expect to see in 2028? It would have to be something like Donkey Kong, right? Like, because Donkey Kong has already been in the works.
Yeah, Donkey Kong would make sense because Donkey Kong was in part 1. So yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. I'm just saying, like, you just had $1 billion movie with the first one. You should have franchised. That should have been the first bing, 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 franchise. Let's go. Let's go. What do we got going?
Yeah.
You know?
They're already putting that thing on streaming. That thing's going on streaming in a couple days or weeks or something.
It's not like they don't know that movie was going to make money. Of course, it's not going to make the same amount of money as the first one, but it's not like they know it's not going to make money. It's Super Mario Brothers. So
yeah, you can look at this. I think you could look at like Sonic. I think Sonic would be something that you would compare your movie to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's another video game icon. What did Sonic? What has 4? 4 in the TV show, right?
It will be 4.
It will be 4.
It will be 4. So Sonic has 3 in the TV show.
Yep. So, a couple TV shows. They had Knuckles and they had a Sonic show, right?
I thought cartoon back in the day.
No, I'm just talking about from what we got.
Newest stuff. Yeah, Knuckles. Yeah.
It's just Knuckles, right? So yeah, I would base my.
And you want to know why? You want to know why Sonic is doing so well, and it's like I always have to go back to that. It's because when they released that first teaser for that first movie, and we got that trash Sonic design, they said they heard loudly from the fans say, "We are not watching this filth. If that's what you're about to give us." They went back to the lab. They delayed their release date, and they fixed it. And people came out and saw it on the strength that they actually listened to the fans. Yeah, they listened. And the movie did what it did. And now here we are in a trilogy, and it's now $1 billion franchise, and they're about to go into their 4th part.
Yep, I think it might be. It might be.
See what happens when you listen to the people that support you, Disney.
Tell that to Feige, though, man.
Yeah, but when you got money to burn, you don't need to listen to the fans, right? What's the fans? We got money to burn, baby.
Sooner or later, that money gonna run out, though.
Because listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If they release, I'm gonna tell you right now, if they would have released that crappy looking Sonic, the fans would have knocked the Sonic rings out of Paramount.
You're right.
It's close to 900. The first movie was a better movie.
I agree. One thing I had an issue with Galaxy is it felt like it wasn't one linear story. It was like all over the place, and I kept trying to follow. I'm like, I'm locked in with one thing, and then all of a sudden I'm pulled into another direction. Then I'm pulled over here, and I'm pulled over there. I'm like, God.
It was all that back and forth with Bowser that really threw it out of whack for me in terms of the story. But the movie was so quick, it didn't really give you time to resonate on what was wrong with the story until after the fact. So, I think it was paced well for children. Like
today's children loved it. The kids loved it. The kids loved it.
Yeah, that was my first time taking my 3-year-old, or will be 3-year-old, into a theater and she was engaged the whole time.
Mm.
So like I think it was paced well for a younger generation,
Yeah.
but
Today's
us
kids
we
is
kind
just-
of we seen the holes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holes.
Long as it's bright colors and moving fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the thing is, the movie started off very strong. I actually liked how the movie started off. I was like, oh, they might be going somewhere with this. Then we get into it, and it's like, okay.
What about the movie Michael? Have we all seen it?
Nope. Not yet.
Ooh, what movie?
You haven't seen it yet?
Michael, I have not. Sorry.
Damn,
Josh
movie is
saw
that?
it. This is the first Josh seen it and I didn't.
It's this thriller. It's a thriller.
But we can talk about it for sure.
Michael.
We
Michael
can definitely
Jackson.
talk about Michael and it's
Ah.
$217 million.
This is the conversation I was waiting for.
I don't know why you're happy.
I was waiting
No,
for 2 days.
First of all, I said Michael was gonna do well.
You said 250.
I didn't. Did I say 250?
Yeah.
Okay, I was a little shy. I outbid your prediction
Talking
about
about first
racism,
week?
You know, affecting the opening.
You said 250 first week, Mark?
I did. I was shooting for 250.
Are we
Not
Are we
counting the
done?
Wednesdays.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. Are we done with the week?
Oh well, we'll see.
No.
We were at 217.
We're not technically
or what,
done with the
210?
week. The week started Thursday.
It's a little.
We'll
It's
end-
a little over. It's a little over 3
we'll
right
end
now.
today, right? Today will
All right.
be the week.
When you said the opening,
Did he say opening or the week? That's what I'm asking. Is it
I
opening?
said,
or week?
I said opening weekend. I'll be fair. I said
Opening. Okay.
weekend.
Okay.
well, who cares? Everyone, did you see? Can we? How much can we talk about the movie with Marcus here?
It's Michael
I
Jackson.
mean,
It's Michael. It happened,
yeah.
right? It's a biopic.
yeah, it's Michael Jackson.
Do you think?
All right. Great movie. I don't know what these critics who reviewed it poorly were
I
thinking.
thought you was one of them.
The movie that I was rooting for and wanted to perform well and rooted for the action scenes. and
Wait a
every-
minute. Can we call a timeout on chill?
What's up?
What are you talking? You just said. Didn't you say that white supremacy was going to wipe this movie off?
No,
Ain't that what you said?
the contents of what happens in the movie. I was rooting for a good performance from Jafar. I was rooting for great things. I still think white supremacy exists, and white supremacy still is what's keeping this movie from performing internationally the way Bohemian Rhapsody did. That's not a case.
But that's not. That wasn't.
The splits for
Anyway,
Bohemian
I
Rhapsody.
actually really can't say anything right now because my argument was never the international bullshit because I know what Michael does internationally. I have several videos saved of the international audience and how they showed up, showed out, danced, did choreographed fucking flash mobs, all types of stuff. So the international audience, no one was ever worried about except for Chill. My thing was always the $1 billion, and it is well on track to
It's on
reach
its
that
way.
$1 billion. If you don't think it's well on track, you are out of
It
your
outdid Bohemian
goddamn
Rhapsody's
mind.
opening weekend. How is it not?
You
on
were
its
out of
way?
your
I
goddamn
don't know
mind.
what Chill is talking about.
They said that this is like the highest grossing biopic ever.
Yeah, but if Bohemian Rhapsody did 900 million. Hold on.
The
If
latest-
Bohemian Rhapsody did 900 million, and Michael is outpacing it, not twofold, but it's outpacing it. Why wouldn't it hit $1 billion?
Do you want? Because I want to address what Lauren said, but I also want to address what you just said. Is it okay because when Fantastic Four and Superman was happening, and it was like only 2 weeks it was only one weekend of Fantastic Four, and I was like, you see, guys, that's why Superman beat Fantastic. You guys were like, no, it's way too early. You can't say anything yet. And I'm like, no, there's enough data here to show you why. And I was gonna show you why what was gonna happen actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys like,
still
wait, you
don't
gotta
get
wait
it.
till the end. You gotta see more. So how about now?
No, it's
Let's
no.
wait 5
You're right.
weeks,
You
wait for the
still
end of
don't
the.
get it.
I don't,
But hold on,
what are
no.
you trying to say though, Chill? I'm missing what you're trying
No,
to
I
say.
still doubt the $1 billion, but that's fine.
doubt
If you
the
guys
The,
think
the
it'll
reason
still
why
hit $1
I
billion,
say that is because we were so focused on the comparison to Bohemian Rhapsody, right? When we were talking about what the international versus domestic split is going to be, what the opening weekend would look like, we were focusing on comparisons to Bohemian Rhapsody. And so that's why I'm saying now to stick with that logic, if Bohemian Rhapsody did 61 domestically, I think Michael did closer to 100 domestically. It was like 97 million here in the States. So it's outpacing them domestically. It's outpacing them overall. And again, it's the highest earning opening weekend for a biopic ever. Those trends feel like it's going to carry you to beyond what Bohemian Rhapsody went.
don't forget the Wednesdays and the Thursdays were added to the opening weekend. And then also
those are early previews. That's always added into your first weekend, all right?
There usually isn't Wednesday previews, but also again, like I don't want to have to explain it because I'd rather just wait for week 5 and then we can be like, oh look, the thing's petered down and it hasn't.
That's why I said I really can't say anything, but I will say this: you still don't get it. And Arthur and his little $2 super chat and what he said, he doesn't get it either. You both still don't get it. You both still don't get the magic of Michael. The fact that you can't sit in your wrongness, and it hasn't hit the billion yet, which it's going to hit the billion. Hold on. The fact that you can't, that Michael Jackson, you guys saying that basically that
he said that little $2
number, the 725 or the 760 or whatever the number was that you, whatever the number was that you chose or whatever it was. It's well on track to pass that number. The number you agreed with, I'm sorry, is that better language? The number you agreed with, the number that you agreed with for last week, the week prior, and whatever, that number that Arthur put up that you agreed with,
it was 750.
It's well on track to pass that number.
Maybe next week.
It is currently sitting. It's just passed over $300 million. And like I said, you nor Arthur still get the magic
before
of
the
Michael
weekend?
Jackson.
Before the weekend, my G.
And it still hasn't released in Japan or Korea yet, which are two big markets right there. So it's going to get a resurgence when it releases over there. See, the thing is, unlike movies like Endgame and Infinity War, where they released every market at one time, that's why they were able to get as much as they did it all at one time. If you would have released every single market for Michael all at one time, this movie would have been past where it's at now. It would have probably been almost at 500 million. If you released in every market all at one time, but you didn't. See, they broke it up. That's why I said wait till they open up in Japan and Korea. That's going to be a huge boost there.
Let's look at the Arthur. Hold on. Let's look at the Arthur super chat that I agreed to, quote unquote. For MJ, down to 725 million. Oh, he's playing with you. Yes, you can. And even if it was 725 when you said 785,
hold on.
Really
Before you even let this finish, don't play. Yeah, don't play.
He's going.
Don't play. Do not play with me. This was you and I's stream. Let's go to the stream that the Pantheon did when he sent that and you agreed. Don't play. Don't pull up you and I stream that we did on the morning report. Pull up the stream where he said it again on the Pantheon stream and you agreed to it. Of course, you did not agree to it there. Remember, you even said, I remember he said that and I changed my tune. Remember, those are your words. Remember, you said you changed what you originally said based off of the second number he gave you because of, I forgot why you changed it. Something had happened. I think that's what it was. It was the Rotten Tomatoes scores. And then he put what he said. Then you said, actually, because of this, I'm now changing it to that. So don't try to play with me on this. I've been waiting for this conversation, buddy. Don't try to play with me on this.
If you find that clip that you're talking about where he changed
I don't need to find it. Like I told you last week's
Pantheon. Hey, while he's looking for that, if they re-release this, like if they do an extended run like they did for Sinners, or they put it back in the theaters like they did for Sinners, does that count? Or are we just talking about original from release to the first stop date? You muted, Chill.
If they re-release it 2 months later, like that theatrical run still counts. I wouldn't say like that's a restart or anything. But that was the revised that Arthur did 785 once, and then later on he did 725. This is him revising it. There was no other super
but I'm
chat.
talking about the Rotten Tomatoes. Then it wasn't a super chat. He must have just said it in the chat. But it was after Rotten Tomatoes did whatever they did.
I like to cite the source.
That's fine.
They said Tina was on that.
Yeah. Tina was on that, and then she also commented, I believe, on the video and said where it was. If you would like to go to those comments and look at that, she did say where you could find where you said what you said. However, you said what you said. I don't need to. We're not going to go back and forth on that. You said what you said, and it's well on track to pass that number. It's well on track to reach $1 billion.
I hope it does. I'm rooting for the movie.
Are you seriously sitting? Time out. Are you seriously sitting here on another week and lying
Arthur's not that crazy, by the way.
You can't count out that you did not say that? Are you lying to everyone and telling us that you did not say that?
That I said that Arthur's number is not that wild. I can see that happening, but it's not like I said my prediction is 725.
You said I'm changing my number. You said I'm changing my number to 7.
No. No,
Right.
I remember saying that. Look, I want to narrow down my prediction. I'm gonna go from like 700, from 600 is my low end, and I think
So
I can rule
there's
out
no
a bill.
okay.
Hear me
Okay,
out.
time out. No, I don't actually. Hold on, time out. Trill,
Why?
really. Here's the thing: if he's going to go back on what he said because he's now witnessing the magic, maybe he does understand.
I'll play
I don't
it.
know. You know, understanding Michael can be confusing. I understand, but if he's going to go back, then it doesn't really matter at this point. It doesn't matter if he reaches $1 billion or anything like that because he's going back on what he originally said.
I'll find exactly what I said and how I didn't go back on it. You're gonna find that as I'm talking, I get interrupted while I'm giving my prediction.
This is the conversation I was waiting for.
Hey, I was waiting on Michael too. I wanted to talk
I
about
want to
Michael.
talk about the movie more than I want to talk about this. Listen to me start.
This is why everybody's here.
Listen.
We all knew the movie was going to be good. You were the only one going against it.
Gotcha. Let's listen in. Hey, I said what I say, 600 million. It can go up to 1.2. I don't see the billion anymore.
This is not the conversation.
I'll narrow
This
it
is not
down
the
a little bit.
conversation.
Numbers.
It's I'm telling.
Did you say something just now?
I said this
I
is
heard
not
you
the
say
conversation.
600 million.
All right, so I was saying how my low end is 600 million. I used to say 1.2 billion. I'm gonna bring it down, and I was right about to give the prediction, but I know myself. I know I did not give an actual box office prediction of what this movie would do. That was when I was
say it
gonna
out of
do
your
it there.
mouth. I think Arthur said a number around like 750 or something like that, and you was like, "That one feels accurate."
Arthur said 785, then Arthur said 725, like a week later in that video that I just showed.
I was just talking about the.
Do you still agree with the 785 or the 725?
But that's what he's reneging
I
on.
think
He's saying he
785
never agreed to that. He's saying that
do
that's
you
not
agree
a thing.
to that? 785.
No, so I never went with that's my prediction, 785. But I did
We're
tell
gonna
you.
get nowhere.
All right, it's cool. It's cool.
We're gonna take it now.
Play the
Do you
words.
think 785 is the correct target now?
Nah, I'd go higher to 850.
I don't want. No, he can't. He cannot. I don't want him to go higher. He cannot. No, bullshit. You have been going against Michael for weeks, bro. You do not get to move the needle. You do not get to move the needle.
When you say when you say that I'm going against Michael, you say I'm going against him.
No.
Are you trying to say that I wanted the movie to fail? Are you trying to say that
I'm trying to say that you told me Michael Joseph Jackson would not reach $1 billion. That's
I did say that. I did say that.
Exactly. And so it's well on track to do that. You do not now get to say, "Oh no, I now think it's going to make more." No, bullshit.
All right. I'll see you guys
every
when
single person on this panel, including every person in this chat, already knew what Michael was going to do. It was just
Except
you
for
and Arthur. You and Arthur were the only ones that are confused and befuddled about Michael Jackson.
They get on you in the chat, man.
Next to
They
Jesus
got
Christ,
you in the chat.
the most famous person.
I respect everyone right now. I respect it. This movie did better than I thought it would. It opened a lot better than I thought it would. The international audience, China exception, but the international audience did show up more than I thought it would show up, except for China. I like this. I want the movie to succeed, and I always rooted for it. I would always say, "I hope you're right, Darius." I would always say things like that. So don't do the Chillmonger was against the movie, and I watched it. And I liked the
But
movie.
you were against the box office. That's fine. Hold on. I want to make
Not
that clear.
the movie, the box. You know what we talk about.
My thing, he knows. My thing from the very beginning has been you telling me that Michael Jackson doesn't have the ability to reach $1 billion. That's been my thing from the jump. You went on an international route that I didn't go down. Then you went down a route talking about the movie being good. I talk about you doubting Michael. You doubting Michael.
There you go. Tell him there. Let him know, man.
You not
You're
understanding
valid.
that Michael
Darius.
Jackson
You still doubt
was
him.
going to
You
do
doubt
this
him.
in
Nope.
death or live.
You
Let me
still
give
doubt.
let me give Darius this salute to you. Salute for your belief in your fandom in the guy, and salute for the way that it opened up right now and the way that it's performing now. How it's gonna get close to $1 billion.
Give it to Mike. It ain't me. Give it to Mike. Apologize to Mike. Don't apologize to me, brother. Apologize to Mike.
Hey,
To the king.
the son
Apologize
of
to the
Catherine
king,
and Joe. Salute to Michael Jackson for doing big numbers right now. And even though it's not doing Bohemian Rhapsody international to domestic splits, he is still.
Wait a minute.
Well, can I just finish the statement because this is very important to say.
My bad. Go ahead.
It's awesome that he's chipping away at some of these barriers, the barrier breaker, as Darius called earlier. There's an important scene in this movie where he's talking about MTV, I'm proud black man. Like, that's important stuff that I want them to see in Korea, Mexico, Brazil, Sweden, everywhere in the world needs to see that stuff. And this is a monumental day for this movie to perform in the beginning. Nice. I do hope that it gets to $999 million and 99 cents, so I can come on here and be, see, Darius. No, I'm joking. I do want it to succeed. I want it to make as much money as possible. If it gets to Blue, you said 1.3. I'd love for something like that to happen. I'd love to be wrong. I want to be so terribly wrong. I don't want it dropped Monday to 70% of a drop domestically, which is kind of worrisome, but like, we have to see the thing play out, and we would like for this thing to succeed, become the $1 billion Darius believes it will be. Go Michael, great ass movie. And Chillmonger, for the moment, from the way that things and you guys are tracking it, looks like he's wrong, and I would love to be wrong in the end of it.
I gotta interrupt you, Chill. You are way wrong. It destroyed Bohemian Rhapsody internationally. It destroyed it.
How much we at right now?
Bohemian did 72 million internationally.
Oh, yeah, it killed it. It doubled it. Had to have doubled it.
Million. I just looked it up. 72
it
million.
opened to 72 million internationally?
Yeah.
Solid.
Again, I loved your speech. It was fantastic. Had you said that day one, we wouldn't be here. It just beat Bohemian Rhapsody internationally. Killed it from what they said. I didn't look at the numbers. I didn't need to because I know Mike. However,
72
this
to
is what I'm
112.
talking about.
Just to let you know, 72 112.
This is what I'm talking about.
72 million for Bohemian Rhapsody.
The look on your face it's great. I love it.
The percentages, though, because that was what I repeated a lot. Marcus, don't beatbox because it's hard to hear me when you do that. The percentages of the while 112 is larger than 72, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with this
but the
percentage beat it domestically as well. I'm just trying to figure out what are we talking about.
But because I'm going to say it, the percentages, though, that when a movie performs domestically, you would expect the same output from the international. So for a movie that, it's hard to just say, I just have to repeat percentages over and over again. That's what I was looking at. So whatever the domestic box office was for Bohemian Rhapsody when it opened up, which was less than whatever Michael opened up with, that international audience showed up more so. They showed up more, like, percentage wise, like, you feel me? Like, it made
in comparison to their domestic box office, but not in comparison to the overall international gross. So if it's not making more money, what does it matter what the splits are?
The matter what the splits are is like that. I'm trying to say that racism is out there, and they don't.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
I'm about to say I said the same thing. I was like, oh yeah, the racism thing.
The racism thing, where it should have done more internationally with the gross, and the percentages should have matched something like Bohemian.
It's the most. Wait a minute, hold on, Chill. It broke the record. What are we talking about? It broke the record. Domestically and internationally. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's the highest grossing biopic of all time.
I
would argue it broke that record probably within the first couple of days. It probably. I'm missing what it's getting at. Didn't they say it made $100 million in a day? Do you know how hard that is for a movie of something like this to do?
It's just it's weird. Like, that's some weird stuff, Chill. Like, it broke the record. It is number one international domestic. Number one. I don't ain't no higher than one.
Because the domestic international split was what I was leaning on, and I want to repeat it today too. That is my thing, the international versus domestic split. When a movie performs it worse internationally compared to what it was supposed to make, if it was maybe a white-led movie or something else, I'm gonna notice that.
Chill. Bohemian Rhapsody was a white-led movie.
And Michael was a black-led movie, and the international audience showed up less comparatively to what the domestic audience showed up to.
But how do you say that? It only in the percentage versus its domestic. When you say less, you give the impression like you're saying that the international audience showed up more for Bohemian Rhapsody than it did for Michael, and that's not true.
Yes, they were entitled to show up more. Like, when the domestic audience shows you that we're worth $91 million domestically, then you're like, oh, when a movie makes 91 domestic, that means the international must be $150 million internationally, but we didn't get that 150 million international. We got
Chill, you said
whatever
they
ended
were
up being.
entitled. They were entitled.
That's the expectation for movies that, like I did with the Black Panther
But
example
you
all
want to
those
know
weeks
something?
ago.
It's like Nicki Minaj told LeBron, numbers don't lie. Or told what's
A
it?
percentage is a number.
Numbers don't. Yeah. But
I
again,
think that's a
112
fallacy,
is
though. That's
bigger
not
than
true. Like,
So if they drew in less of an international audience and still made more money, what does that tell you about Michael's international support?
He has international support, but it doesn't
more so than Bohemian Rhapsody. If I can make 112 with a diminished audience,
yeah,
and you make
cannot believe
70
you're doing that. That's insane. That is
with an
insane.
increased
I'm
national
trying to
audience.
understand
you
this
understand
math
you
that
just
you're
Your
disagree?
trying to give us.
international audience is greater than mine.
Do you understand me, but you just disagree? Marcus first.
What that we say it again. Ask me again.
I said, do you understand me? You just disagree.
Yes, I understand where you're coming from. I'm just trying to get your logic here. You're saying because Bohemian Rhapsody had a greater percentage of its ticket sales internationally, it had a greater international audience relative to itself, though, not relative to Michael, because even if we say, okay, let's say, and we're just random numbers here. 200 people internationally saw Bohemian Rhapsody and only 150 saw Michael internationally. Only the 150 for Michael internationally netted you $500 million. And then all of those people from Bohemian Rhapsody netted you 350.
Yeah.
But if my international audience netted me more money, I guess I just don't see the connection to the percentage.
What I wanted to point to was that there's still a barrier, or there's still less money, there's still less people who didn't show out because of how few people came out, even though it was a lot of money and it was more than what Bohemian was able to gross. That there are still people who were like, not so much, because that movie was entitled to more money internationally based off of what domestic is. It should be making like other movies in the past. If 33% of it is from domestic, then I expect double the amount of people to show up internationally.
I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to ask a question. You're saying that if my domestic, based off my domestic box office, if 100, like kind of like what Marcus said, if 100 people watch me domestically, you are expecting what, 350?
300, 300 to watch you internationally.
I would expect 200 people internationally. So that would be a 33 to 66% split. That's how usually these big movies are. Avengers Endgame, Bohemian Rhapsody. I went through all of them. And then I went through Black Panther, and you saw, wait, it was more so to 50-50. Well, why didn't the rest of the world show up at the rates of the domestics? That's what I'm pointing at, to go, oh, look, racism's still out there. Like, there are still people in all these countries, China, wherever else, who are not showing up.
So you attribute it to race? But why racism? Like, why?
Whatever the
why
bias
not just
is. What do you think it is?
Not
because
to watch
because I looked at Sinners, I looked at Panther, and I looked at a lot of other.
Well, you want to know a way that you can tell if audiences watch the chill is you can go and look at all the videos from overseas of the people watching that movie and having a damn good time watching it.
Indeed.
Like literally, like they were having whole parties up. One of the craziest thing I saw, I think it might have been the Philippines. I'm not sure.
China had a ball. I know that.
It was this little. Y'all might. I think Darius might have showed it on one of his lives.
I have so many international theater screenings saved.
I think I sent Darius.
It was that little. It was the one with that little boy that was dancing in the aisle, and he had the Michael Jackson suit on, the one he wore, I think, during the Super Bowl, the one with the gold bullets going across. Yeah. And it was a little boy, mind you. This little boy definitely had to have been born after Michael had passed. He had to be.
He damn sure wasn't born during the
Super Bowl. He had to be. One thing that is very true. That is very.
I would tell you that's anecdotal evidence. Why, when I have literally what the worldwide numbers are of international versus domestic, yeah, sure, some people celebrated in Thailand and loved it. Yes, absolutely. They're part of.
Did you take into account that all of international hasn't even opened yet? Did you take that into account?
That's coming. Japan, but China's the big one.
It's funny. It's funny that neither one of you, and I'm going at you and Arthur because you two have been the one that have been going against the Michael film. So it's so funny that the two of you refuse to admit that what Michael is doing currently and how that more than likely is projecting to $1 billion. And I get it. You don't want to concede because it hasn't reached $1 billion yet. And if I was in your seat, I'd probably be in the same stubborn position. I wouldn't want to concede either. However, the facts are overwhelming here. I don't understand how you continue to push back here. Again,
Arthur Steele's little brother.
It's very. Hey,
I
Michael,
hope you're right, Darius.
Like Puma Lee said, when it's 1v1, you always bet on Mike. Always bet on Mike. And the fact that you two, again, I guess, have not done your homework in the last time that we saw you last week.
I don't think Mike has ever lost.
He hasn't.
Hold on. Grant Regent Drag says, I get what Chill's saying.
He lost to Diana Ross's white husband.
Anti-blackness is global. But I actually think China is going to show out big. They love Michael Jackson in China. They already had their release from what I saw online. They've already performed there. It's only like a $4 million weekend. It's not looking like it'll get to that high number in China.
And legs, there's such thing as legs.
And like I said, it's still other markets that haven't released yet. So this is going to stay in. This is going to stay. This is going to stay. This is going to be in the theaters for a while.
Yeah, I don't give a damn where the billion comes from. My thing is always going to be $1 billion.
It just hit $1 billion.
Right. Let's get into some of these super chats.
I've been boozy since I left. I ain't changing for a check. Tell my mind I ain't forget.
Oh, so we touched on Arthur, $2. China numbers looking a bit soft. No way it hits $1 billion.
I want a $10 super chat when it does. I want a $10 super.
Crazy.
You mentioned all of this discourse on my panel.
When
so
it
you owe us $10.
When it does, I don't want you to mutter Michael. Keep his name out y'all's mouths when it does. Don't say nothing about Mike, because nothing until you've done your homework and studied and know who he is. Nothing about him.
Arthur, and I shouldn't even put him on here, but Arthur, look what kind of company you in. This who you associate with. That's who you associate yourself with. That's who you want to be in the group with, bro. Come on now.
Something I didn't notice is that he's also subscribed. Blue, when I was in your chat the other day,
he is.
Yeah, he's also
Michael Davis. He everywhere, man.
I see that. I'm just confused why.
Israel
capture.
I'm just confused why. Why is you look around, you're wondering, read the room. Why is he here?
It's like a job this guy clocks into, and it's probably like 3 guys under the account. I told you, it's not a real guy.
He says 3 guys under the account.
3 guys sharing the same account.
Let's do a super again. Michael Jackson themed. Currently, Michael's international gross is higher. RW Chi-Town says it's higher.
What up?
It is.
What is the Like, I don't understand.
It is.
Do I repeat?
It's hard for him
like
to
10 minutes ago.
No, he's not talking about your splits and your percentages and your. He's not talking about that. He's talking about the actual number.
How many apples are left? What are we?
Yeah.
He's talking about the actual number. You are the only one talking about splits, talking about commas, talking about greater than, less than. You're the only one talking about that. We are talking about the actual number, and the actual number is it grossed more internationally right now. So, and you saying that's like, what are you You can't facts.
The is he sent this at 11:41 Eastern. It's 11:57, and I know we've touched on this already. That's the
But at 11:41 or 11:51, it's still crazy.
No, I don't want to repeat.
He's trying to move on. He's trying to move on.
Thank you. And we have another super chat that came in.
That's still not
Do it right.
That's still not but okay, move on. It's still not
How you gonna tell me what my meant? My was
because there shouldn't be an anyway. It just say like it shouldn't be one.
Nah. Make him say
It wasn't one of those either.
Do it right. Do it left. Do it right. Do it left. Do it right. Do it.
That's right, Chill. Show these Americans you're the captain now. Well, there's none of that. I love my American co-stars here on the Pantheon stream every Thursday. Even the guest stars like Taurean and Blue. It's all love. That's right, chill. Show the Americans you're the captain now. All right.
Yeah,
enough of that. More super chats.
Left, right.
Thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Thank you for pain.
I am Two Fly Cam. Oppenheimer is the #1 biopic of all time right now. Is it a biopic?
Yeah.
It is a biopic, isn't it?
For now.
It is.
For now.
Is it the
But
number
now.
one biopic of all?
Yeah, it is.
Right now,
It
I
is.
thought they had. I thought
Overall.
I'm looking at this list here. I thought Bohemian Rhapsody was still the #1.
#1
Maybe
musical.
biopic?
Musical biopic.
Oh, musical biopic.
Yeah.
I see.
Because I think first breaking it down by first week, I think it was Straight Outta Compton was the #1 domestically for the first week. I think it was 62. No,
Straight Outta Compton.
82, something like that. 82.
Name Ice Cube.
It was something like that. Domestic.
Marty Supreme didn't make no damn money, did it?
That's why it says overrated.
But Oppenheimer made money. You know how those pictures, you know how they have those pictures of LeBron where he's looking at his teammates right before they get traded or something like that. He gives them,
That's how you looking at Chill? Oh shit.
No.
They bought the trade you to Black Comic Lords, bro.
That's how people were, I guess the pictures going around. That's how Kylie was looking at Timothy last night at the game during the Knicks. And they said, oh, bro, it's over. She's about to replace him.
I thought he
was
Marty.
Yeah, that's what I did. Wow.
Now, she better not lead a Muhadid. What's wrong with her?
Let's get into a super chat.
I'm a gigolo, spending lots of dough. You can tell the way the wide body's sitting on floor.
Chill, your assignment is to make a Michael Jackson video essay, and we'll leave you alone. I have no problem with doing a Michael. I liked the movie. It was great, guys. The movie was great.
Research.
I wanted to ask you. This has been bothering me all week. I've had so many questions I wanted to ask you. I should have wrote this shit down. Was Michael a common theme in your household growing up? Like, was he played?
I knew nearly all the songs that they played in the movie, except for the last one where working day and night.
Okay,
it's
coming together. Oh, okay. So now it's really coming
together.
together.
Well, that's 2 songs out of like the 18 that they played.
Human Nature is not like, oh, that's 2. Human Nature is.
You didn't know Human Nature?
No, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's making a little bit more sense. It's making a little bit more sense where the disconnect of the confusion of who Mike is coming from. So you really do have homework. So I can pull back a little bit. I thought maybe you were just being stubborn. You really don't know.
Wait, would you like a video essay next week? Like prepare a little something and do a Michael Jackson?
I think it'd be dope. I think it'd be dope for your edification though. Like for you learn. You ain't even gotta do the video. I mean, it'd be dope to see the video, but I think you need to be educated on who the hell Michael is. There's Michael, and then there's Jesus, and then like
it is not an exaggeration when it comes to. I'm not
saying they brought back the Michael pass outs. You see, there was somebody passing out in the theater.
There's nobody more famous.
Yeah, that was
famous. There's no one more
other
famous.
than
I'm
Jackson.
not saying in terms of worshiping because I
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about famous. Like
as far as fame goes, there is not a name on. I learned this week. I didn't know this. Did you know that nigga was the king of an African? He's that famous.
Yes, he was a real king.
That famous.
He went over there and they gave him. They said, "Hey man, you can have this shit. All this shit is yours."
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
I didn't know that till this week.
It's some African
king.
Shit. Let me see where it's at.
I saved the video.
You didn't know that, Derek?
No, I didn't know that.
I'll do a
I
video.
thought I knew a lot about Mike. I didn't know that one.
So what? The first 3 minutes of next week's stream opens with Michael Jackson. You didn't know facts? Like, what do you want?
Oh, we know. We just want you to know. We just
Michael
want
was
you to
crowned
know
King
who you're
Darius.
playing.
And
What
you
am
can
I
toss in one
commuting
of them
to right
social
now?
media videos you be doing when you on your way to the comic book shop. Make you a little Michael Jackson video. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got you right here, chill. February 1992, Michael Jackson was crowned King Sani by the Agni people of Kwinjabo, a village in the Ivory Coast, West Africa.
Oh, okay.
I saw a post said Michael's so famous he got fans ain't even born yet. And that's not a
That's
lie.
true too.
Yeah, I've been said that.
But it's not an exaggeration, though. It's not.
All right, you got
Arthur,
it, John.
Arthur, you don't get to sniff and tell me anything about Michael. Not a damn thing about Michael.
Common knowledge. I don't know if that's common knowledge, but
It's not common knowledge on Mike. But that's not common knowledge on Mike, and he didn't know that either. He couldn't tell you he couldn't name every song on the Thriller album without Googling it.
Let's go for Mike to Prince. Salute to the Savannah Bananas. Torian, did you know about the Indianapolis Clowns?
The what?
The Indianapolis Clowns.
I was on another tab. I'm sorry.
Have you heard of them?
No.
It's like the dancing baseball league. That shit
okay.
popped up on my Roku TV. They was trying to advertise it the other day. I said, absolutely not.
So it's a dancing baseball league because the Savannah Bananas is an actual minor league team, though.
Yeah, that's.
So is that not the shit where they be like stopping in the middle of the play to do they dance? Moves
but
and
they're
then they throw
actual
the
minor
ball?
league team.
They were, but now they're kind of playing in a new league called Banana Ball, and there's 6 other teams, including the
Oh, did they
Indianapolis
move? Because I
Clowns.
went to a Savannah Bananas game like a couple years back. It's just right up the street.
Cool.
My wife is from Savannah, so.
But they be dancing now. They be doing line dances and shit. So you should go see them now.
But there's a Negro League team called the Indianapolis Clowns. Say again?
No.
They still called that in 2026?
Well, formerly it was, and then in 2026 it was rebrand or revitalized, rebooted, whatever you would call it. What's the terminology though? And Monet Davis, remember the Little League pitcher Monet Davis? She joined the Indianapolis Clowns recently, and they play in Banana Ball. It's like something worth.
That's good.
Worth checking out. I might want to get a jersey. Anyway, Lawrence with the 10. Lawrence Arnoli. Michael will hit $400 million by Sunday. Great number.
Have you not?
I got a question.
For another week, nothing's in the way
at
for this
400 million. You still gonna
I
say that's not $1 billion film?
I got a question too. What did you learn when you watched the biopic? What did you learn from that you didn't know? Like, what was your takeaway?
Working day and night. I learned that song exists, but then he kept looking over at his dad as he was saying. Was he telling his dad, "Yo, you work me day and night"? Was it written for him, like as a side thing? No.
I don't know who wrote that song. That was a Jackson. I don't know who wrote that song.
That was an off the wall song.
Off the wall, yeah. I'm sorry.
That was off the
I don't know
wall.
who wrote that song. I don't know if Mike wrote it.
I knew about the fire, but I didn't know he donated everything he got from Pepsi or whatever the insurance thing. I didn't know he donated it to the burning center.
Mike is actually a what is where you got the world record for donation. He's the world record holder
Most
for
philanthropic.
Yeah,
philanthropic.
He gave away all his the Jackson's last tour money. He gave away all that money too.
That's why I didn't like people saying they oversaturated him doing good things. What do you mean? That's literally what the nigga did.
That was Michael Jackson. that was Michael Jackson.
Was you ready to say about the nose chill?
So I didn't know how open it was. Like, yes, he did get the nose job. I thought that was always like Mystique. No, it wasn't that. It was just you're seeing things.
Him go from having a Negro.
And then they told Latoya, and then they told Latoya thing, and then I heard his dad say big nose earlier in the movie, and I'm like, is that?
Yeah, that's true. That's like documented. Like Michael has actually talked about that
a lot
in interviews where he said that his dad would call him Big Nose. Like, and I was actually shocked they put that in the movie.
He
and
also
when I heard that, I was like, oh, they
father
actually put that in the movie.
Right, and he didn't want to look like
resemble Joe.
No, call him right, Mark.
Joseph.
He didn't want to look like
Go to bed, Joe.
Go to
bed. I'm not even laughing. Coleman Domingo did have me.
The looks on his face was funny.
Yeah,
man.
his facial expressions told it all. But no, but when he said he didn't say Michael, he was like Michael.
Come here, Michael. That's my boy. Come here, Michael.
Yeah. Jafar,
What else you learned?
I don't know, man. Let me go scene by scene. I'm sure if I really thought about it, I could tell you.
I just want to know what you learned.
I'm trying to figure out too.
Know what he learned? Well, let me ask you this: what didn't you know? What didn't you know? I guess that's a better way to parse it out. What didn't you know about Mike watching that biopic?
I knew he's from Gary, Indiana. What I didn't know? Can you ask me a question? Did you know this? And then I'll say, yeah, I did or I didn't.
Okay, what about the MTV part?
Yeah, I knew he was the first black artist to get on MTV. Darius said that on a stream, but I knew even before he said that.
Trying to think what else can I ask Big Soul?
But they say that there really isn't that much information here. I didn't know he had a giraffe. I didn't know that, or the llama. I knew about.
Oh
Bubbles.
yeah, Michael had a zoo.
He had a zoo.
Had a monkey.
Had a zoo.
He had a lion.
I think everybody knows about Bubbles. I mean, Bubbles is
Mike loved animals, man. Animals and kids is he felt that was innocence in that.
Okay.
How you look like that?
All right. You said he loved
Mike would get up and talk about how much he loved childlike innocence.
Anytime that you are with any of us, I feel like I can say this for all four of us. Anytime you're with any of us and we're talking about Mike and we bring up kids, it is never in the disgusting way that they have framed that.
He had those were his friends. I don't think Michael Jackson was actually friends with a lot of adults until he reached later stage in life. His friends were children.
And
he
even his adult friends, as he said before, you can count on one hand. It was, Liz Taylor, Diana Ross,
Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker. security guard was named Bill. What was it?
Bill Bray.
I knew about him because he had from his perspective, they had a special on it. So I've known he was significant, but to see him again in this be featured so heavily, it's over, Joe. I'm sure he actually said those words quoted, like it's over, Joe, at the end of the movie. Sorry to spoil that, Marcus, but yeah, it's a biopic. But I knew he was associated with Michael, but I always thought, are they just playing it up in that movie? Was it the Floyd?
He was
security.
He looked at Bill like a father.
Yeah,
he looked at Bill like a father. He would thank Bill, for being the father. Not to say that they did not care for Joe or love Joe, but it was a different type of obviously love and relationship that they had with that man. He looked at him as a father figure. He looked at Barry Gordy as a father figure.
Quincy Jones at one point in time until they got into it.
Yeah. But I mean, they still work. Him and Quincy still worked together. Obviously, on.
They butted heads on Bad. That's when they started butting heads.
Yeah. I watched Prince, what he said about that whole thing. About not wanting to do that.
Am I the only one that wants Prince to show up in the sequel?
To do what exactly?
I wanted Prince and
show that rivalry
early. I wanted early Prince.
Yeah,
I wanted
obviously he should have been in the first one, but can we get that rivalry aspect?
He was. I mean, it was subtle shade thrown at his way, like a little dig he threw at him in the.
They did. They have a little subtle dig that he does say Prince's name, but I wanted more than that. I wanted the whole James Brown, that whole thing. I'm sure they obviously.
That's what I wanted. I wanted the James. I wanted Prince falling off the stage.
Yes.
I wanted that
to hear Prince reading the lyrics to Bad and being like, "Hell no,
we ain't got that yet. We ain't got that yet, Marcus."
The first line he say, "Your butt is mine." Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Did MJ name his son
to you, and you damn sure not saying that to
me? Is Michael Jackson calling his son Prince? Is that like a dig?
No, he respected Prince.
They respected each other. When Mike died, Prince locked himself away for, I think he said, like 3-4 days. Then the quote he gave was it was just too. It was a situation that was too close to him to talk about. They respected one another.
Yeah, they had a rivalry because it was Prince and it was Mike. You know what I'm saying? And they had a real rivalry, but they respected each other though.
Can we imagine we get a trilogy? You could introduce Prince here in the second movie here and there, and then the third movie.
I wanted
to
see Prince try to run him down with the car. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Prince try to hit Mike with the car.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Michael's kids, Yeah, I don't know why Paris was saying what she was saying. Guys,
Paris
this is the
is-
fairy
is
tale.
a
What?
horrible
You're
sibling.
not born yet.
Man.
She's a horrible sibling. I just watched Prince on Big Boy. I think it was on 2 days ago, but I watched it today. And he was talking about how Mike told him all those stories. Yes, they were real. I'm the firstborn. I'm the junior. Of course, he told me the stories. Paris, sit your ass down. Like, why would I tell you the bad shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, most men aren't gonna sit there and tell their young daughter the bad shit that I went through to make your grandfather look bad or anything like that. Prince got the real download. He got the real deal. This is what happened to me as a kid growing up. This is how I grew up. This is what, you know what I'm saying? Especially being the firstborn. Paris ain't gonna get none of that juice. She gonna get the derivatives, the leftovers.
Jafar would know. Jafar would know from Jermaine.
Yeah.
From those things.
So hearing Paris say that, I was like, girl, you was born in what? I think 98, 99.
Yeah, like in the late 90s. And you want to know what story that we know Paris ain't gonna talk about? That time that Janet slapped her in the driveway. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that when Paris got hot in the mouth, and I think it was a couple years after Michael died, because I think they were still battling over who was going to get what from the estate. And when it's a money thing, that's when the family loves to have that fracture. I remember because Janet was there, Randy was there, and Paris was there. Paris had said something. I think she had cussed at her. Janet cussed at her back. Janet took the phone or something like that, and after she took the phone, she smacked Paris across the face. I think Paris hit her back, and then they got into a scuffle. It was all caught on the surveillance camera, and it happened many, many, many years ago. And that was also at a time when Katherine Jackson was quote unquote missing. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of stuff going on after Michael had died, and this was a couple years after he died.
Janet
wasn't
Jackson
right
was
after
like,
he died.
That's why your real daddy's name is Earl. She's like, ah!
And notice you ain't hear nothing else about her get slapped again, because she got her mind right.
I wish people would just spend their checks. This movie being successful means that then those estate checks keep getting cashed. Just enjoy your life, girl. Come on, just please let us not dig into anything that got to do with you and Michael Jackson any further than we need to. Just enjoy the life, please.
Help me with this picture here. So it felt from the movie that Joe Jackson and Michael really have a falling out. They separate. And then look how much older he is. You can tell. And
that's what I'm saying. They are still very
during
much
the trial.
Family. They were still very much a family, though. I mean,
they're
the
Jacksons are the Jacksons. No matter Joe, we need more Joe Jacksons in the world today. Matter of fact, but the Jacksons are the Jacksons. Yeah, he wanted to get away from Joe, right, and all that, but
business aspect.
Yeah, business of it. Like he was at that. You saw he was still. Well, they didn't show that he also had a pad in New York. They didn't want to throw Diana Ross in the movie, she didn't want herself to be in the movie.
She was shot in it. They cut it.
Yeah,
out.
I know they shot it, but Diana is because Diana didn't want to show that she.
It was also supposed to be. It was also supposed to be more scenes of him in Studio 54.
In Studio 54, and man, have you ever seen the movie Studio 54 about Studio 54?
I have. I've seen that. That's a wild movie.
Michael Myers is in that movie too. That's a wild movie.
Studio 54 is a wild movie.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. Yeah, because Michael Myers is in the Michael movie.
Comedian Michael Myers.
Yeah,
Mike Myers, Austin Powers.
Mike Myers. Yeah, Michael Myers. He was in. Everybody keeps saying, man, Michael Myers just keeps showing up in these biopic movies and we don't know who he is. He was in Bohemian Rhapsody. He was in Michael.
I did not know he was Walter Yetnikoff until somebody told me, and then I saw it again. I was like, oh, that is.
You can tell, though. You can.
That makeup department did a good job.
Yeah, you can tell. But yeah, now Joe,
him
not liking Joe, like Derek said, was more so on the business thing, and Micah say, how he still loved Joe. Joe just did what he did.
His biggest flaw was his greed. That was what it was. His greed was his biggest flaw.
So in the sequel, could we expect to see hey Mike, you're back from touring? I'm Joe speaking right now, and they make up a little bit. Hey, we can have this understanding. We're still family. Would that be a better representation? Because the way they depicted him here was like he barely complimented them.
Chill.
That was the best Joe. I think that was the best version of Joe that we got.
Chill. One
Yeah,
of the best
because-
things that one of the things I want you to watch, Chill, whenever you have your spare time, is go on YouTube and look up this video called Michael Jackson's Private Home Movies.
Very good.
Watch that. Watch that in its entirety, because that gives you a glimpse into Michael Jackson's life off stage, like what
And
he's
it
like
gives
when
you a
he's at
glimpse
home,
into like, because
when
you
he's
know
with his
they're
family, with his kids, and everything.
they're Jehovah's Witnesses, so they don't celebrate birthdays and things like that.
Christmases,
So
none of that.
None of that. So he has the whole Joseph Day, and he talks about that and the love he
I
has
heard
for his
he-
dad.
Most of my dreams seem to come true, and I'm so thankful.
I heard that he converted his religion before he died, though. He became Muslim. But like in the Muslim community, everyone says every celebrity is Muslim now. So
No,
maybe
he was down with the nation. I don't think he converted. He was just down with the nation. He was running real heavy with
Michael
ahead,
didn't
go
celebrate. Yeah, Michael didn't celebrate his first Christmas until right around the Dangerous era, which is like the early 90s. So he was like in his 30s when he celebrated his first Christmas, and that was thanks to Elizabeth Taylor. Like she was that's who they need to have in the second part, because she played a huge part in his life in the late 80s and early 90s. So he even wrote a whole song about her too, and it's a very nice song. But yeah, they definitely need to have her in there because she played a huge part in his life in that, especially in that era right there.
How many parts though? Because we got something here. I want 8 parts. I don't want like Jafar. You can just come back, do your uncle again and again and again.
Now you're trying to make it to a Marvel thing.
Yeah,
I don't
think
see
Jafar wanna
it.
be typecast.
We don't need
Jafar
that
wanna
many
act.
parts.
I think Jafar want to act. I don't think he wants to be typecast as Michael Jackson. Not saying that he won't come back.
If you want a, in my opinion, still better than the Michael movie. If you want a glimpse into the Jackson's life up into the Victory Tour, you can watch Jackson's The American Dream.
I think I saw that already.
They get into it.
Yeah, because that one's that's told from the perspective of Katherine Jackson's book.
One of the things I didn't, Randy, obviously, Randy has the issue with the estate. He's not in it. Toya's not in it.
Reeby's not in it.
Not Latoya. Yeah, Reeby's not in it. Janet's not in it. We all knew Janet's not in it. So they just kind of have half the fam. I'm like, damn, all right, well, just say it.
Yeah, they said we got all the brothers except one and only one sister.
That is an unfortunate thing for me, because it's like y'all already rich, right? And the story is what it is. It's being handled by the estate. There's nothing actually that's going to come out that puts you in a less advantageous financial position. What could really be seen in here that you would want to delete yourself out of the story altogether? Like, just take the residual.
I don't know why Janet really chose. I don't know why Janet chose that.
Janet is probably the only one that I can low-key see. Reeby, Randy, are y'all what
well, you know that, but you know they got
Randy doesn't fuck with the estate.
Yeah, they don't.
Reeby,
Yeah, they don't fuck with.
Why Reeby? Well, Reeby just got, after she got married, she said, I'll do some interviews here and there, but I don't really fuck with y'all like that.
Reeby dropped Centipede and like another couple songs, and that was it.
That was it.
Sign a piece of paper. Anybody tell you to act the character out? We said,
but see,
can you be in a movie?
Janet, to me, not being in it doesn't, because at that time she would have been on TV or not, right? It's like
I said the same thing.
Would she have enough to even really be? Like, I don't even think we needed Latoya in it to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Here's the thing, but my issue with Latoya, I don't care. I'm sure her and Mike made up in their private stuff, but she was the first
she was
one.
A hater. She was the big Mike Jack hater.
Yeah, she was the first one.
Now I would say Latoya, like we more so use her in the second part, because that's where her issues really kick in, is more in that time frame. Now, like going back what Blue said when it comes to Janet, I think in the eras that they covered, when they started in 1966, that was the year that Janet was born. So she was only a newborn when the movie starts off. Then she's still a little kid. Then by the time they move to the Off the Wall era, that's when she's on Good Times. Then they do the early 80s. At that time, she's on Fame and Different Strokes. By the time the movie ends, she's going into her Rhythm Nation era, so she's off doing her own thing anyway. Now, when they do the second one, the only time I would say they need Janet is if they touch on Scream. That's when they will need Janet, because that is a collaboration with her and Michael. That's when they would need her. If they don't use her at any other point in that time in that movie, fine. But if they're going to touch on Scream, she has to be in there. It's no way around it.
They should just do a Janet spinoff. Janet and a Michael story.
You don't think they got that Janet biopic in the works?
Michael,
that
Janet
biopic is in the
story.
chamber right now. It's in the chamber right now.
In the Michael universe, it all comes together.
We are a part of a rhythm nation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't
chill.
think we need a Janet. I don't need
I'll
a
give
Janet
you a little
story.
less.
You don't need the Janet movie?
I didn't know that.
You're not trying to see the Bobby Brown love affair?
I'm not.
Rhythm Nation.
You know what's
Poetic
going to happen?
Justice
You
with
know what's
Tupac?
going to happen? You know what's going to happen?
But I'm gonna tell you this,
Good on
because
Janet.
Janet was mad about that Bobby Brown situation.
Mad
She
about
was
it
mad
how?
with it, huh?
Oh, mad that they talked about
Yeah,
it?
that they did that. She
Who
was mad that they
fucking
did it.
who?
They probably didn't go. They probably was like, we're gonna put it in it anyway. We're not gonna talk to her about it. You know they didn't talk to her
mad
about it.
that. She did
Because
not
you know
like
if it was up to her, she wouldn't have had it in there. But you know they make that Janet Jackson biopic. The first thing we're gonna say, are they gonna have the Super Bowl incident in there? Of course they're gonna have it in there. Why wouldn't they? We know. Well, you don't even have to ask. That's gonna be a part of it.
Oh no,
That's what these people love. Shit.
Janet. Janet.
I mean, because
what they need to do better is a better Whitney one, because that Whitney one was trash.
Oh yeah, I heard that was Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't
trash.
like
Yeah.
I thought Whitney was all right.
Yeah, I thought it was okay too. What you didn't like about
First
it?
of all, I wanted somebody better to play Whitney. I wanted
she
to
can
feel
go.
like I was.
You talking about old girl that played Whitney?
Yeah.
Yes.
She could definitely hold the tune. You got to get somebody that can actually hit the notes. She could carry.
It's
Now, was
hard
she the
to
best
get
actor?
somebody to do Whitney as with the tune.
Yeah. I'm talking about in terms of singing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, she could have lip sing.
You gotta
They
find
can lip
somebody.
that because I mean this is Whitney. I mean, come on now, this is Whitney.
I think if you casted Whitney Houston, you got to cast a singer first and an actor second. And that's probably where the disconnect has happened. Maybe she wasn't the best actor. She was a phenomenal vocalist, though.
I would prefer they do somebody lip sing then.
Yeah, me too. And I have no problem
and then
with
put her voice in. What's the what? Then you just listen to Whitney Houston. What's the point of me watching this damn movie?
I'm okay with that. We was listening to Mike, except for
listening to Mike
until we get
listening to Mike.
Till we get to
Oh,
the
Jafar
end.
doesn't sing in this movie.
He sings at the end, and then there's like the little humming stuff that's not the actual songs.
You can tell which part is Michael.
Jafar is
and which
actually a good
Jafar.
artist, though. Jafar is
Yes.
a good artist. I just came across a Jafar song like 2 days ago. I was like, where this shit been hiding at? This shit is
Hey, he said, I'm dropping this shit now. I'm getting this shit out
it was
right
like
now.
6 years old. I was like, what the hell? Where this shit come from? This shit was it was clean though. It was a nice it was dope ass song. Looking like
At the end, they had like the final. It was a victory tour. We did 6 days in Dodger Stadium, and then he said, "This is like my last tour as the Jackson 5." But they would tour later on together, right?
No,
No, that was the
next time they
absolute
got
last
together. The next and last time they got together, was it not 30th anniversary?
Yeah,
it was. That
Was that when they're
was the
in New York?
next time in New York at Madison Square Garden. And a very interesting fact about that is that they did it was actually two shows. They taped one and we saw one on the air, and they taped it and it was done on September 9th and 10th. Michael was supposed to have a meeting in one of the towers at the World Trade Center, but he stayed up all night talking to his mom, and he overslept, and he missed the meeting. And thank God he did, because we all know if he had made it, what would have happened? We would have lost him in 01 instead of 09.
Shit. You think they was trying to take Mike out?
Oh, that's a
What do you
rabbit
think
hole.
I think?
Hey, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's a rabbit hole.
Damn.
Crazy.
It's
The
not a
world
deep hole.
changed because they tried to take Mike out and missed, and the whole world. Hey,
Rammed the
Jesus-
plane
no,
into
no,
the
I
World
know,
Trade
not
Center to try to take out
Jesus
Michael Jackson.
and Mike.
Not that they missed, that it was always going to happen, and they knew it was going to happen, and they're like, oh, since we're orchestrating this big event, wouldn't it be more of a news story if it also killed Michael? That'll get people to
Well,
rally
my
around.
head canon is they was trying to take Mike out. You put it out there. I'm rocking with that. They was trying to
See
take
what
Mike
you did.
out.
See now what you did. Chill. Now instead of a tinfoil cap, now you got a tinfoil umbrella.
Yeah, he's trying to even
with a tinfoil glove.
Chill even trying to downplay Mike on that. No, I just think it was a big orchestration, and then they were just going to add Mike in, baby.
We crashed planes to take out Michael Jackson.
Let's all hope it gets that $1 billion. Bet he can't sing like Jason Weaver, because he played Michael in the
Jafar?
There would never be a better young
but they're
Michael.
different.
There'll never be a better young Michael than Jason Weaver.
No, they're different vocals.
Young
all
Michael in this one,
the actor they got for this one, he was good too.
I like when he was recording his song, and they're like, Michael, you can't dance, and then he still had a little dancing without the loud footsteps.
That was just Michael. He always felt the rhythm. He always felt the rhythm, even when he was doing. That's why he switched him over and said, "Okay, Michael, we're not gonna have you sing this fast song. Sing this ballad so you can stand still."
Hey,
that's how they got him to stand still. So just sing this ballad.
Torrent.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is watch that Oprah interview.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is watch the Oprah interview.
Listen, Michael was the type of person that he will start beatboxing out of nowhere in the middle of an interview.
The Diane Sawyer interview.
And he'll just start beatboxing out of nowhere. He like literally, I was reading somewhere and they said Michael Jackson didn't follow the rhythm. He was the rhythm. And if you notice a lot of the songs, he always moved on with the beat. Sometimes the beat couldn't keep up with him. So it's like, yeah.
You can notice
he was just musically inclined
when he did speak about music. If he wasn't interested in the interview, he immediately got interested in the interview. You could see it like in the Diane Sawyer one when he was explaining to her how he put his vocals or all the sounds you're hearing are his vocals and things like that. And he was explaining to her, then he built it all up. Man, that man was
like when he
incredible.
did, like literally, if you listen to the song "Stranger in Moscow," that whole beat opening, that's him beatboxing that he recorded, and they put it into the song. Like that's him beatboxing. This man is so clever that if you in Smooth Criminal, the album version, not the video version, that heartbeat part, that's his actual heartbeat. He had his heartbeat recorded from he had a doctor come in and record his heart, take his heartbeat, and he put it into the song. Who's thinking like that?
The Victory Tour part, I cried. I think I was crying. I know I was.
Oh yeah, when he did Human Nature.
The ballad. Oh yeah. When he did Human Nature,
Human Nature.
I was in
tears. He did it so good because when I look at because I've seen the live version of him performing Human Nature
when he says
YouTube, and I look at the movie,
girl, I was like, damn.
Yeah, he did that just like how Michael did on the tour, just like
Mike,
just on the tour.
Yeah, Marcus, you gotta. I'm telling you, brother. When Jafar comes on the screen and talks the very first time, I was picking up popcorn. I said, God damn, he sounds just like Mike.
Yeah,
you forget. Bro. And because you know what sucks? We hear so much times. Oh, they really got into the character. I believe like it was really him. You hear it so much times. They're not lying this time. This is actually true.
He embodies him. Like you really do forget. Like if you're a big Mike fan, I don't know. I know I'm not the only person. I don't know if I'm the only person that have seen it that's cried, but you have to pinch yourself sometimes because you like when he's even when he's singing "Who's Loving You" in the that I was into because it's just like I don't know, man. It's just magic. It's just like there will never be another. And then you start to think about, damn, he's really gone.
Yeah, that's what I started like. Damn, like I'm thinking I'm watching Mike. This is Mike I'm watching. But then
the reality kicks in. And what I liked about it is that for people who didn't grow up at that time, it's almost like we got to live vicariously through people who were around at that time to see him actually from the Jackson 5 all the way to like Off the Wall and Thriller. Like for me, I was born at the end of the bad era, but going into the dangerous era. So I missed a good chunk right there. I'm at the halfway point. So I've already missed quite a bit. So I had to go back and look, but then seeing it on screen, it was like I got an opportunity to see what my parents saw or what my grandparents saw at that time. And it was like, okay, yeah, it's like you see the appeal. If you didn't know what the appeal was before that movie came out, I don't know what to tell you. But if it took the movie to make that happen for you, so be it. Speaking of, and something I knew, his music got a huge resurgence because of this. I think they said Thriller entered back into like the top, the Billboard Hot 100 or something like that, or Billie Jean or something did.
He had 6 songs chart. He's now the only guy who is charted in Billboard.
And almost every decade,
5 decades, I want to say.
Not even the Beach Boys.
Who?
And Arthur compared this man to the Jonas
I
Brothers.
told you. Jesus, Michael Jackson. I'm gonna keep telling you, man. Jesus, Michael Jackson.
I know why Jill said that. I know why Jill said that.
So the Miles Teller character, I didn't know that the same guy who managed the Beach Boys managed Michael, and I believe it probably happened just like it happened in that boardroom scene where he's like, "I know exactly who you are by your name because you're the same guy." Like that was cool. Like Michael knows his knowledge, right? As soon as dude said his name, okay, and he read him his whole biography of what he worked on before.
And chill. And I'm gonna ask you this because you already seen the movie. I'm gonna just put it like this: how did you feel about the facts? Did that?
I heard about it before.
Okay,
and
but to actually see it though.
Yeah.
He said, I need you. He said, I need you to fire my father today.
He wasn't ready yet, man. Mike wasn't ready. He thought it was ready, and then he had to get them to do the facts. He thought it was ready to leave. When was it? Oh, when Joe came in there and wanted him to go on the damn tour, he thought he was ready. Then he wasn't ready yet.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't ready till he got on that stage and he fired him. And now it's crazy now because when I would see that part of the victory tour and he says it's the last time and he looks off the stage, I was like, when I would watch that, I'm like, why does Michael keep looking off on the stage as he's selling? Because you think he's selling this to the audience, like, and keep his focus on the audience. But then you watch the movie and it's like, he was talking to his dad off the stage the whole time.
Joseph.
He's talking to Joseph.
It's my shit now. I'm the captain now. Like, and then what they just told you, Chill, I'm the captain.
Go to bed, Joe.
What you gonna do?
That's the scene right there.
You want him to go outside and pick a switch for you to whoop him?
I posted this on Twitter, but I think I was 13 or 14. I did that. That was the monologue scene I did for Disney.
For real? Angela Bassett?
I did that scene with her.
Was she at the premiere?
I don't think
I'm pretty sure she was.
No, I know her.
She had a screening. They had a screening, like a private.
Yeah, her and Courtney saw it with like a bunch of other people.
Good enough.
Angela Bassett had more to work with than Nia Long was just there eating ice cream, and
Nia Long was just there to say, now Joe.
Now Joe.
Except for the one scene where she was able to actually really express how she felt in that scene where Joe came in there with that paper. He said, did you see
that,
you find me on paper?
That was their equivalent of the Jackson's The American Dream go to bed, Joseph. That was that. I was like, oh, okay. So maybe that conversation really did take place, but how they decided to display how it took place.
And after they did all of that, he gets a nice little stare from that roaming walking elephant outside of the window.
No, that was the giraffe.
No, I'm sorry, the giraffe. I'm not bad. It was a giraffe. It was a giraffe.
I'd have kept go to bed. That's an iconic scene.
It's fun. And I said Michael was such a carefree person. He's walking outside in this rich suburb with a whole alpaca. A whole llama.
And they looking at him crazy. Well, I gotta ask y'all. Give me, because I think Mike got the greatest 4-album run in history.
Mm-hmm.
Rate them for me. Can y'all rate them? How would you rate them?
For me, I would go. I know Thriller is number one, but for me, I personally,
you think Thriller number one?
For most people, I think it is.
For the industry, it definitely is.
I know for the industry, I know.
Physical copies.
Yeah, I would put Bad number one for me.
All eyes on me.
Bad number one. That ain't.
I would say Off the Wall, definitely.
Let's go Thriller, Off the Wall, Bad, Dangerous.
Damn.
One thing I liked about
I'm going Bad, Dangerous, Thriller, Off the Wall.
There you go. That's what I'm going. Well, I'm swapping Thriller and Off the Wall.
You want to know what's interesting is that we can talk about Bad, Thriller, Dangerous, and Off the Wall, but let's not discount the albums he came out with when he was still with the Jackson 5. As a kid.
We ain't got to talk about Ben and all that. We good.
Okay. I'm not talking about Ben. That Got to Be Their album is so good. I mean, Young Michael, I said Little Michael.
Young Mike was the man. He was.
Yeah, I mean, my God. I mean, you got to think this. That voice is coming out of this little kid. That is crazy. That's why Barry Gordy was like, oh, yeah, we need to keep him around.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Michael was pushing out all them albums. Michael, as a kid, was pushing out 4 and 5 albums like in 2 years. they said we got to get him while his voice is still like this, because once that puberty hits, it's going to change.
Ain't no telling what he's going to sound like.
How he going to sound like. So we got to get him while his voice is still pure.
Did you ever hear the interview from his vocal coach as to why Mike talked like that?
Yeah, because to keep his
that's the reason why Mike talked.
That's why he talked like with that voice. Yeah, because Michael's real voice was deep.
Mm-hmm.
Who said that? I think it was it was Big
Riley?
or who? Somebody said that. He said Michael Jackson said something to him, and he thought his voice was gonna be all right. I was like, "No, I'm good, cuz. What's up?" or something like that.
Oh, when he dapped him at the awards,
VMAs, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else gave a story like that too. They said it was like some people in there. I forget whose story it was, but then when they left out, Mike said, "Damn, I thought them motherfuckers was never gonna leave.
Never gonna leave."
I'm just like, if I ever got to hear Mike say some
His
shit,
actual voice. Oh man,
he's funny. I think the most thing I've ever heard Mike say that's just off the wall crazy for me is when he was in the limousine. And that girl, he was like, "Look at her titties bouncing."
Look at her titties, yeah. Oh yeah. Only when he was talking about the fish. Look, the fish, good fish.
That's a good fish. Right.
I swear, if they put this in the second movie, I'm gonna lose my shit. If they put that in this second movie, I'm gonna lose it.
Mike was a real nigga, man.
And also too, him putting the Crips and Bloods in the Beat It video.
Yeah. No,
I mean I knew about that, but
go back and watch Keep It in the Closet. I think it was Keep It in the Closet. No, it wasn't Keep It in the Closet.
Are you sure? Or was it The Way You Make Me Feel?
The Way You Make Me Feel.
Okay.
Go back and watch The Way You Make Me Feel. I'm tripping because to me.
Oh yeah, that's
when he threw up
the set.
Set at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, I learned. I had saw the story about that, and it's crazy how that happened. They basically said in a way that Mike was an honorary Crip.
Mike was out here banging.
Hey, y'all got Mike was an honorary Crip, like he an honorary member in a frat.
Yeah.
They practically they listen.
They came out and said it.
They basically said he was like an honorary Crip.
Mike is a Crip like Bill Clinton is a Sigma.
No. Mike came through to the hood. They say Mike was in the hood a lot, though.
Okay, yeah, fine. Mike is a Crip. He's from Gary, Indiana. He was born in 59. He a Crip. Like Bill Clinton is a Sigma. They didn't exist when he was born.
You don't know why they call him the king of pop.
But when he came of age, they was Raymond them was already
blue. I love Michael Jackson. The one thing he was not was a gangbanger.
Why you trying to see? Come on.
No.
All right, chill. So I'm gonna trade you in.
Can we separate the myth from reality for a minute? He might have dapped up some Crips.
Let that man know he didn't just dap him up. If the Crips say he was an honorary Crip, I'm going by them.
He's Michael Jackson, Blue. He honorary Marcus.
They wasn't going to deny it. They weren't going to deny it.
Marcus, you can go ahead and close it because an African tribe made the king a nigga. Made the nigga a king.
No, but that's my point, though. It's like he's Michael Jackson. Anybody who can have an association with him is going to try and have an association with him.
Of course.
No, that's true, but that don't make it no less
work.
That don't make it. No, I didn't say Mike was putting in work. I didn't say Mike went out there and said, "Hey man, let's go
for real."
I didn't say that. Let's go let's go down to fucking Slauson and fucking. I didn't say that.
And also just like when him and Spike did They Don't Care About
Michael Jackson did beat up Tupac.
Like they did they shot that video in a very dangerous part of Brazil that
I went there.
Wouldn't go to.
I've been there. I took pictures on the steps.
The favelas.
They told us about it. Yeah,
and he had the cartel be security out there. They gave him protection.
Yeah.
That's why I said Michael. When they said Michael was good in any hood, they meant that domestically and internationally.
You just told me you brought up the story about him going to Brazil and the cartel shutting down the area so he could shoot the music video, right?
Yeah.
Is Michael Jackson part of the cartel?
Yes.
No.
Stop! Shut up! Stop!
Yes.
He's Michael Jackson. That's why he's good in every hood, not because he a gangster.
So they're part of his cartel, is what you're telling me.
Okay, they part of the Michael cartel. Basically, yes.
That scene should be in part 2 or part 3. I don't know where it maps out, but that scene that you said with the Crips and Bloods for the Beat It video, that's another moment. So it's not just the MTV moment in the boardroom, but that other moment where he's like involved in keeping peace. Music brings us together, all that stuff. That's another thing that's nice, positive imagery to see for the millions of people who are watching, even foreigners, who all they know is relax. All they know is what they see in media, and what they see is bad depictions and that kind of stuff. And here's some guy who cares, and I want that, and I love that is something that they're all watching and enjoying.
But that just showed that how down to earth Michael was, because at the time, he's still on the rise, but he was still a very recognizable figure. Like they all knew him. Like notice when he walked in there, all they were doing was talking to each other and dancing, having fun. But the minute he came in, everyone just kind of stopped what they were doing. Like and this is this is when he was still working on Thrillers. He was still doing singles at the time.
He wasn't. I mean, he was Mike, but he wasn't Thriller.
Like the album hadn't been released yet. It was still in production.
But he had Jackson 5 stuff.
Yeah, like people knew it like Off the Wall and everything. Go ahead.
He did Thriller at 24, right?
He did it at 24. I think it came out while he was 25, though.
It came out in 83. Yeah, it came out in November.
And I wanted to ask y'all this too, and this is the last thing I have to say on the mic stuff. But I meant to ask y'all this earlier. Have y'all seen that going around there about? And one of my basketball boys said he agrees. Love you if you're watching, but I totally disagree. Said that this Kentrell, NBA young boy, they talking about they're comparing him to Michael.
Cut it out.
Thank you. I just wanted to see.
No, I did see that. I saw that.
How?
No, you cannot compare the two. They're just saying that the comparison is not. It's nothing to be talked about. There are similar things, but shit. I'm pretty sure somebody got some similar shit with Mike too, who actually did good in their career or their profession. No.
I don't even think there's similarities. And the reason
listening, young boy. So that's where the conversation ends.
That's where it ends, and that's what I told him, because he was like he's recognizable. He's like, and I told him, does he know? Is he known here? Is he known here? Does your grandma know him? Blah. It's not bad, bro. He's not. He's only 26, brother. Mike did
26 for Michael.
Right.
Do you know what Michael was doing at 26?
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana. Yep.
I see the double entendre there. I see what you did there.
I saw that. There's I don't even know why that's a conversation.
But that just shows you why Michael Jackson is the standard, because it's like they keep throwing out people out there to try to compare him to, and none of them are in good. Like, it's not a good faith argument whatsoever.
I feel like it just makes you hate the guy you're comparing it to. So like I show Speed right now. Like we don't gotta do that. We can love Speed without comparing him to
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson had a lane that was all to himself. Everybody else, if y'all want to share a lane, go ahead. But Michael was in a lane by himself, and it's a very narrow lane. No one else can. That's why it's narrow. No one else can fit into it but him.
There will never, ever, ever, ever in this generation, in your children's generation, your children's generation, there will never in life that we know be another Michael Jackson. Ever.
Would Michael co-sign that?
Probably.
He was a humble person. He was a humble person, but he was petty too.
Mike knew who he was.
Yeah, he
don't think Mike did not know who he was.
He knew who he was when he popped out of that toaster at that Super Bowl and just stood there having the creative directors going crazy.
And that's a dope story too, Taurean. That's a dope ass story. So we know that the NFL didn't even have a Super Bowl halftime show or whatever they had with some bullshit that they.
It was some marching bands.
The bands.
Mike. So they get Mike,
and not even HBCU bands at that.
Right, there's some high school bands. So they get Mike,
largest Super Bowl ever.
And Mike says,
"Fuck up, guy."
I'm telling you, brother. Like it's crazy.
You can't have streaming during physical copy sold, brother. It's not even comparable.
It's not.
And he didn't even have the. Hold on. First of all, Bad Bunny did not have the largest Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar surpassed Michael just by a margin. He's the number one. Then Michael. Bad Bunny's like number 4 because I think Usher is behind Michael.
But who performed that WrestleMania?
He does not have the largest Super Bowl. We're talking about ratings.
And when Michael was in the Super Bowl, was it shown internationally? Were people across the world watching?
No. This was all like the hundreds of millions of viewers that he got was just in the States.
That's when Arthur speaks on that's the point that I keep trying to make is that you're speaking on like he's compared Mike to the Jonas Brothers, to the Weeknd, to
The
Bad
Jonas
Bunny.
Brothers is wild.
So it's like when you're comparing Mike to these artists that you're talking about, like Mike did this, brother, without what you just said, Spotify. And then when you even gave Bad Bunny's age, 32, Off the Wall came out at what? He was 20?
79. He was like 21.
Off the Wall?
Yeah,
He was
21. He was 21.
He was 21 years old when Off the Wall came out. He was 24 when he was making Thriller, 25 when it came out, 28 when Bad came out. Come on, that
Super Bowl was right before Dangerous.
Dangerous was already out.
Was Dangerous already out?
He listen. Michael came off of his Dangerous tour to do that 15-minute performance, and he went right back on tour. After
Mike said, "The only way I do it, y'all have to move the game back." Mike moved the Super Bowl back 2 hours so he can perform for 13 minutes. Did Bad Bunny do that? Did Bad Bunny say, "Hey, look, man, I know y'all"?
It was so crazy with Michael Jackson doing that.
But
they said it was so crazy that players literally left out of the locker room when they were supposed to be game planning for the second half to go out there and watch him perform because they said we may never see this again in our life. We are going to take full advantage of it. By the time, listen, the only people remember about that Super Bowl is the first half. After that, no one was talking about that second half. They were talking about that halftime performance.
Well, I was talking about the second half.
I have a question about.
I was talking about it. But.
I have a question about the Pepsi commercial because the scene before that, Don King shows up, and they framed it in a way where he was part of an orchestration to have that accident happen. They felt like they were blaming Don King. Is there anything to that?
No, Don King was brought in just as a promoter because he was a big time boxing promoter, and they brought him in there, to help promote, and he did his job. Now, the story from what I'm learning is that, of course, you saw in the movie, they already had the takes. They could have put out. They already did 6 takes. They didn't need to go and do a 7th take. They already had, because the thing is, they released the commercial anyway after the fact. But they went back up there, and what they did is they shot the pyrotechnics off while he was still at the top of the stairs when it's supposed to go off when he was like halfway down the steps.
The actual footage is on YouTube. I think that
the footage of when the fire happens is on YouTube, and I remember seeing that for the first time in my life. They released it a few years after he had died, and I'm looking at it like, oh my god! But even with that, how Jafar performed in that and him spinning around and it going out, that's how it actually happened.
That's how it looked.
That's how it looked. But that was my first time watching and seeing the actual scar, like the actual burn. I didn't realize it was that big of a burn in his head. And they said 3rd-degree burns. It touched the nerve. That was the beginning of Michael's addiction to painkillers. And he never truly recovered from that. Like to this day. Like that's why he said he didn't want to take medicine, but he had to take it because not only for the pain, but for the healing process. So it was bad. He could have died from that. Like if it went any deeper, he could have suffered some severe brain damage.
That sucks because who's gonna tell you no when you say you want that drug again and again and again? That's terrible.
Yeah, he never truly recovered from that.
Even darker monsters get a hold of you and they give you other shit.
Yeah.
And that scene when he was in the hospital, I felt that. I'm gonna tell you like this. We know this movie is going to get a bunch of nominations. There are so many parts in this movie they can choose from with Jafar to give him to campaign with. That hospital scene when he's just laying there, just his facial expression alone, was you can see the pain in his face.
It's the only moment I agree with Chill on when it comes to Michael. I do not think they're going to get nominations, not Oscar.
What do you mean? I agree with.
I think they're getting noms.
Shaking my head. I'm more like, let's not campaign anymore. It's like I'm over for that.
I don't think they're getting noms there. I don't think he'll win anything. I think he'll get I think he'll be up against as far as what the slate is going forward. Odyssey, maybe.
Right, Odyssey, right? Christopher Nolan. There you go.
If they do win an Oscar for it, then wow.
I mean,
Wow.
It might be in the technical parts.
Yeah, it might be a technical thing. It could be a technical. I think it'll win because that was my prediction is it will win something, but it'll be technical costume. They can't do soundtrack because it's not an original soundtrack.
They're The makeup, for
makeup,
Yeah.
something like that. I think it'll win on a technicality.
And if
I
it
think it'll walk
doesn't,
away with
who
it.
needs that validation? He's Michael Jackson.
It will,
But that's why I think it'll
can
win.
I can tell you where I can tell you where it will get nominated for the Image Awards. That's where they're going to get. That's where they're probably going to get the bulk of their nominations from.
Yeah,
for sure.
BAFTA.
Well, if you would like to nominate Pantheon,
you know what?
For a Streamy Award, you guys make sure to vote Pantheon with the user code. Blah blah blah. I'm joking. I'm not actually applying for no award shows. No, not. But thank you for coming here for another Thursday here. I got to do a presentation on Michael. Look forward to that at the beginning of next week's stream. 3 minutes. I'm giving you 3 minutes because of that guy's super chat. John, thank you. Anything you want to say on your way out, guys? Let's start with our guests, Blue.
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all for having me on, man. Darius and Chill, y'all are like the best 1-2 tandem. Love y'all, man.
Together. Everybody loves me and Chill together.
yeah, because we already know. That's why that was one of the main reasons I wanted to come up here today, because I already knew this conversation was happening. I was not about to just sit in the chat and just type away. I said I'm going
I hit Darius. I said, Darius, you gotta have me on the show, man. I got
the only thing what would have made this better if Tina was available and she was up here tonight. Oh man, that would have been even more hilarious.
I never have fire for Tina.
Tina would be like, so now that Michael made its money, do I still got to work for Jedi Mike?
You got to work.
Did you see the time that I actually said the Jedi Mike thing?
I wasn't here. I don't.
You made Tina a worker, man. That's crazy.
Hey, salute to Jedi Mike.
Taurean
Rain Reloaded.
I had a good time. I'm glad I was able to come up here this evening. I had a very good time. Like I said, I already told you why I came up here was this last discussion. I already knew where this was headed, and it did not disappoint.
For sure.
We're out. Go listen to these guys streaming. Marcus on Sunday, Darius tomorrow. Toodles.